How's it going, everybody? Jay, you know that's not true, my man. It's Shadowrun. It plays the same as Shadowrun. I've been wanting to get back to this world for a while. And you know, I was thinking I was going to make another another big-ass troll. But I've played this game a few times. Looking at it, the last achievement I got on it was in 2020. When's the first achievement I got, though? Was in 2018, so I've played this a while. So I do know something that happens, a lot that happens in the story, but I know one thing is that this game makes what I consider a cardinal sin of RPGs, in that it does give you kind of a personality. So I thought, you know, let's have some fun. Let's build into that, shall we? After all, Kav'Voth, final boss, is working for Lowrin right now. So let's actually make someone for this game, shall we? So I do know they mentioned that when you were kids, you were the brains of the operation. So I kind of want to build into that. No, I'll build a woman. Elf. Mainly because I kind of like... Ooh. I've never played anything but a troll, to be honest with you. If I'm going to make him an intelligence build... I don't necessarily have to make him intelligent, so I am curious about mage. I don't think I've ever actually played a mage. And as we see, the choices for female elves aren't the best. And I could go through and use the backer rewards, but eh. So I will stick with this'n. Let's specialize in magic, shall we? I normally hate mages. Spend your karma. Alright, so we're not the best physically. Our quickness ain't great. Although I'd like to give us a gun, just in case. Strength, I don't care about strength. Intelligence, not super value. Actually, I could go drone or decking instead. But you start with a decker. I remember you showing me that. Could go drone instead. You know what? Fuck it. Let's play a rigger. Still low body. Still decent strength, intelligence. I do want to get her some more charisma. Wait, but what's her etiquette? I probably get to choose it later. Yeah. So I'm thinking for her storyline, I'm thinking she tried to get out of the life. She used to be in a gang and tried to get out of the life, trying to work a basic job. So give her gang, and then in the next one we'll give her something else. Let's see. There we go. Upgrade to Class B drones. And let's see, what weapon are we thinking? If I'm thinking of the characters that I do know, right? No, okay, no, that guy is in this game. I'm kind of mentally going through all the characters that I know are in this game. And I know there's a rigger, I know there's a decker, there's a shaman, Yeah, there is no mage, so I might stick with mage after all. Alright. Make sure she still has extra charisma. And then, here, wisdom, or willpower. Can see dragon lines. We don't need key casting, because we're not going to be a key caster. Increase spellbook slot. And that... There we are. I still don't like Blitz. So, my take on the Shadowrun games... Dragonfall has my favorite story. Dragonfall has my favorite woman. I fucking love Iger. But Hong Kong has my favorite cast overall. I'm thinking... pistol, or shotgun. Because it's only if they get close. And... I could... yeah, we'll up my willpower even more. There we go. Now, when she tried to escape her life... True, but it's a backup, Jay. Yeah, exactly. It's nice to have. I should be using my spells, but if anything gets close to me, I want a shotgun. I'm thinking... Oh. I didn't mean restart it, game. Sorry for the scuff, y'all. Ah, here's that. No, not find more. Go away. Y'all, I don't know what's wrong with me today. Alright, boom, boom. Mage, thank you. We will use this lady. Yes, yes. No more body. We will jump up to 3. Get 2 shotgun. Ooh, I want 4. But more importantly, Dragonline visible, extra spell, right, boom. Gang, she grew up in a gang. That's in that I wish they gave that to you for free. And because yeah. There. Much better. Confirm. I'm thinking... I'm thinking she just went corporate. In that she just tried to live as normal a life as possible. You know? She didn't want to be an academic. She didn't want to sit in these ivory towers studying and doing all... She just wanted to work her goddamn job, shut up, and make her life. I do know the character that raised you was named Black, so I'm keeping that last name. Need a name. Honestly, names are always the hardest part for me for curating characters. Backstories are easy. Settings, no problem. Names get me. So, let me see. Knowing she's a mage, knowing she's intelligent, knowing as her character, she was very much the kind of person to sit back and let others take care and let others do the work while she held back and flung spells. I'm kind of leaning towards Strings for her street name. Yeah. But that doesn't really fit the mage aesthetic. Ooh. I do like Viola. I'll take that. Viola Black. For a street name, again, Strings feels like very gang, but it doesn't have any magic to it. And her whole thing was being the little sister who was able to... Again, my big brother will fuck your life up. Slinger? Maybe. Ooh. Let me let's look around. No. You know what? I'm going to check something. I have an idea. They did have a co-op game, Jay, and I'm so mad they shut it down. It was Shadowrun Boston Protocol. Oh, there we go. Hex string. Or hex wire. That'll do. Yeah, I bet. Okay, yeah, we'll go with hex wire. I like wire. Or just, you know, wires. God, I am so bad with names. I am so sorry, guys. This is why last time I was like, I'm just going to make the character in advance. Checking another. You know what? I'm definitely overthinking it. Yeah, no doubt. Especially after just last night. There we go. The witch. That's it. It's simple. It's identifiable. And it does sound just like, oh, the witch is going to fuck you up.
You have one new message.
Hi. It's Raymond. I hope I have the right number. Look, I know we haven't spoken in a while, but I need your help. Remember the day I took you and Duncan off the streets? I told you that the past is just a story, that if you can just accept that, your past loses all power over you. Yeah. I was wrong. I'm on my way to Hong Kong now, to finish something I should have faced a long time ago. And I need you with me. I know we're not blood, and we didn't leave things in a good place. But you and Duncan are the only real family I have.
Look at this handsome jacket.
Please, if our past means anything to you, meet me in Hong Kong right away. I'll explain more when you get here. I'm begging you. I'm almost out of time.
Just another night with Wow. I don't know how to pronounce Wow. Okay. Eat your heart out, cyberpunk. God, harebrained schemes need to make more. Alright, bring this volume back down. Raven Black, the old man gave you a home once. Took you and Duncan off the gang-riddled streets of the Barrens, sheltered, educated, slapped sense into you both until you almost resembled productive members of society. Then you took off, left it all behind. Landed behind bars for a time, tried to start a whole new life after that. It's been 8 years since you heard Raymond's voice. Out of the blue, you got a cryptic message, a plea for help. Meet me in Hong Kong, right away. And wired your account, enough new yen to pay for the flight and then some. The descent's rough. A squall comes out of nowhere, sending a solid sheet of rain punching into the suborbital transport. With a ragged shudder, the plane finally skids to a halt at the edge of the... This is gonna be a rough-ass playthrough when it comes to pronunciation. I'm bad with Chinese. Chiklapkok Termat. An hour and an interminable number of emotionless security checkpoints later, you hail a water taxi to Victoria Harbor. Hong Kong looms ahead, pulsing with energy. Yeah. This is the game when I was thinking of. Is Kowloon actually that bad? Oh, I know. I remember the old video. Madama. I didn't know you took Chinese. You step from the churning water taxi to the ponderous rocking of the docks, your stomach lurching at the transition. As soon as you're clear, the captain nods once as he steers the small craft back into the harbor. The man never said a word, just handed you a worn brown duffel bag that stepped onto the board, filled with some gear, stiff new body armor, and a note. Better safe than sorry. D. Above, smog-thick clouds hang low in the sky, reflecting the lights of the city in a nauseating swirl. The wind changes direction more than once, creating a heady stew of aroma. Diesel, sea salt, street food, and filth. It's all you can do to keep your in-flight meal where it belongs. Two figures stand waiting in the dim light of the pier. The first is an orc, lean, with an in-your-face muscles and a jaw made to break fists. The second is an elf, one hand resting casually on her hip. Raymond Black is nowhere to be seen. Well, don't you look like shit? Duncan Wu, closest thing you have to a brother. You haven't seen the man in 8 years. He's as charming as ever. He grins. Green's not really your color, Viola. Doesn't go with that nice new armor I got you. As you open your mouth to respond, something shifts alarmingly in your stomach. A liquid, bubbling sensation. Normally, I would take the tough it out because we have it, but I'm trying to be in character. Nice to see. Your stomach lurches as another wave crashes the pier. The taste of bile fills your mouth. Listen, if you're gonna hurl, get it over with now. We gotta go find Raymond. I'm good to see you too. Stand still. You make a great target. I'll pass. He's still got that same baritone rasp. Oh, okay, so there it is. Drop it. Kind of hit my Kav'Voth voice, my singing voice. Had it since he was 12. Wu developed early. He never showed up, Viola. It's not like him. Did you try him on the comm? Nah, just been walking around the dock shouting his name. He says it as a joke, but there's a note of concern in his voice. Been trying him for the last hour. No answer. What do you want to do now? I'm not sure. Wu rubs his head. He's an old man. He's out there somewhere. 65 isn't old, Duncan. Of course not, but... The orc bows his head. His voice sounds far away. It's not the same, Viola. Raymond hasn't been himself in a long time. Raymond I remember was a bit distant to begin with. This is different. He's been restless, sitting in his study, inside his own head a lot, and he barely sleeps anymore. Been worried about him, but I haven't figured out what to do about it. He looks up at you and shrugs. And I didn't have a sister to turn to. Hell, wasn't even sure you were alive until Raymond managed to track down your number. The woman standing beside him breaks in. We should get going, Duncan. Head up to the meeting point in case your dad shows up. Why the long face, lady? Copy that, Sarge. They're wearing Lone Star body armor. Looks like Duncan Wu's gone private police. You his partner? Unfortunately, yeah. Although, partner's not the right word for it. I like superior officer better. She grins. I let him carry my coffee for me, write my parking tickets, that kind of thing. The woman taps her chest with an armored finger. Carter. I figured I could use some backup. Didn't know what Ray had gotten himself into, and I wasn't sure you were gonna show. It's a tossed-off remark, but there's an undercurrent of resentment to it. You got something you want to say? Nope. He shakes his head. Look, I'm glad you're here, Viola. Seriously. I'm just gonna need some time to get used to having you around again. Been a while since I heard from you, you know what I mean? Memories of sleepless nights and lockup black by. Wondering if you'd ever see Duncan or Raymond again. Wondering if you even wanted to. And then, stepping out into the daylight, suddenly free. The fallout of some obscure corporate restructuring. A few $100 million worth of an apology from your former jailers, and this decision to start a new life. To leave the past behind. All of it. Till now. I had my reasons. Can we just leave it at that? Wu stares at you, his goggles reflecting the harbor light. Sure. He scans the water fountain, frowning. That's just fine, Raymond. He was supposed to meet us at the plaza on the other side of this pier. The sooner we find him, the sooner you all can have one big happy family reunion over dinner. Carter grins. The sooner I can find a place to get a drink around here. Damn right. Ahead of you, Hong Kong rises, serpent-like from the sea. Government and megacorp coiled together, writhing in their basket of institutionalized corruption. No one can tell where the snake's body ends and the tail begins, is what Raymond used to say. Duncan turns and starts down the pier. Carter follows. Off we go! God, I missed this franchise. Look at this place! The guard shack at the end of the pier is dark and empty. Duncan gives the gate a push, but it doesn't budge. That was open earlier. Duncan frowns. Looks pretty solid. Maybe if you bang your head against it hard enough, it'll open. Maybe. He squints into the guard shack. Strange there's no one here, though, isn't it? Oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of side quests. Carter shrugs. Who knows? It's Hong Kong. Not exactly sure how things work around here. Come on, rookie. We can cut through the construction site. I hate it when you call me that. To the checkpoint. The gate is locked, but the nearby control panel appears accessible. Carter pulls it open with a metallic screech that pierces your skull, sending a new wave of pain down to your churning stomach. She examines the control panel for a moment, and then throws Wu a backward glance. Looks like there's another way off the docks on the other side of this gate. I think I could bypass it. Let me have a crack at that. Carter steps aside to let you get at the panel. Enjoy. This is a civilian area. Security's light. You bypass the door circuit with ease. The gate rattles open. Damn! I shouldn't have done that, because you actually get a minute to talk to Duncan, otherwise. I've never played an intelligence build. Movement! Shouting in Cantonese. More Cantonese, too quick to catch. Actually, I think I am going to go back, because that little bit with Duncan is actually kind of relevant. Nah, that's fine. It's fine. The group on the dock was fishing a package out of a speedboat when you surprised them. Now the package is at the bottom of the bay, and the speedboat is disappearing in the distance. They closed in on you, red-faced and yelling. The light of the harbor glints off their weapons as they approach. The leader shouts something in Cantonese. It's too fast to make out. You're rusty. It's been years since Raymond's house and a language lesson that would never end. The old man never spoke anything but his native language at home. Wu speaks with authority. His Cantonese is as solid as ever. He never let it drop. You guys doing some late-night fishing? The smuggler smiles. Oh yeah, we're fishing for assholes. Wu points at their weapons. You're gonna need some better bait. All you're gonna catch with that is trouble. Try out your Cantonese. We're just passing through. Why don't you put the guns away? Their spokesman laughs, looking at the crew. Hey, you talk good Cantonese, baby. Real authentic. He keeps laughing. Actually, you just told me you're gonna crap a gun. Wu flashes his badge. Lone Star, put the guns down. The smuggler squints at Wu's badge, then smiles at his friend. Never seen a badge like that before. Either it's fake or you're some kind of security guard. He grasps his rifle. The way it ends the same. I think he's done talking. Yes, I know how to fight. Once again, I never used magic, so... Oh, yeah, we do have Power Bolt. Ooh! I actually completely forgot Power Bolt was a thing. There we go. 1 down, 3 to go. You, sir, are an idiot. Yeah, I do remember that. Well, not using AP spells, but I remember hating AP spells. With a deep and abiding passion. How do you miss? Jesus, these spells suck, though. If I remember right, doesn't healing only work for damage you take in this fight? Or in the fight that you use it in? Yeah, heals the most recent attack. Yeah, the combat music in this game is great. You're a fucking moron, dude. Yeah, you're just dumb. Duncan? I think those guys were Triad? I'm not sure. I don't recognize their tattoos. Right. And if I recall, dragon lines, these things, give you buffs for standing in them. Another gate panel. This one's been vandalized and busted up good. Real nightmare of a repair job. Wu stares at the fence, considering. Loops and whirls of razor wire glitter in the lamplight. Looks edged with monofilament. Corpos here don't screw around. Why don't we just cut ourselves an opening? She shakes her head. Even if you could, it'd snap back on you. Ever seen a high tension wire whip through a human body? You don't want to. Duncan nods his agreement. We aren't touching it. How about it, Carter? Think you can get the gate open? She winks at him. What do you think? She eyeballs the job. Should take me a few minutes, though. Frowning, she leans forward to get a good look at the mangled fuse box. A few seconds later, she's pulling wires and yanking fuses, a look of intense concentration on her face. She's competent. Cantonese, Viola. He sounds like Raymond when he does that. The pen of my aunt is sitting on the end table. Satisfied? He shakes his head, continues in Cantonese. You're gonna be a dick about this, Viola. We're in Hong Kong. Only Cantonese from here on out. Just like we lived in Raymond's house. As in the strills are about to pay off. It's... coming back. Won't be a problem. He nods once, satisfied. Then turns his back and scans the horizon. At least you can still handle yourself in a fight. So you're Lone Star now, huh? That's right. His back is still to you. Aren't you wondering what I've been up to for the last 8 years? He's still giving you his back. Nope. The silence between you gets louder, heavier. Then it's broken by a sudden wailing screech. Wu's hand goes to his holster. Screech is replaced with the sound of grinding wheels. Glancing over at the console, you see Carter grinning back at you. Got it. Now, this game does something very good, and this is where we're going to first see it. The light from the nearby vendor stall stabs into your eyes, triggering a throbbing ache in the back of your skull. You stop short, squinting as rough voices drift on the wind. There's someone else. Where's the damn shipment? I haven't seen him yet. We just got here. This voice becomes irritated. Longway is probably waiting for us, so we can haul it out of the boat for him, lazy bastard. Let's just hang out here. Let him find us. Carter keeps her voice low. Looks like we're on a stroll through Smuggler Central. These gangers probably don't know we're here. We could probably just slip past. Or we could clip them. They're already looking for us. Might be better to take them out now when we got the element of surprise on our side. So, you actually get the same amount of experience, if I recall. For fighting or just dipping. Yeah, see? So it's not advantageous just to keep fighting. Oh, I love Nightjar. Crossing the street, you make out 4 shadowy figures loitering in the plaza ahead. Troll, orc, dwarf, elf. 2 men, 2 women. They're different from the smugglers on the dock. Alert, poised, professional. You see they're made a token attempt to conceal their weapons. The unspoken message is clear. We're strapped. Mind your manners. Wu stands up tall. Takes that amused tone he takes whenever he's standing toe-to-toe with someone bigger. Someone who doesn't know they're going to go down. Evening, folks. You got permits for those bazookas? The thick troll pulls his mouth into a cosmic frown. Permits? Give me a minute. He makes a show of pat in his pockets. Nope, guess not. Must have dropped mine in the dumpster, along with the last idiot who stepped to us. Wu coolly surveys the situation, nods in a friendly fashion. Is that right? Well, then. You almost feel Wu's cop training kick in. It's like watching a drone execute a command routine. He reaches for his rifle, brings it up quick, but it's too late. By the time it's shoulder level, an assortment of nasty-looking ordnance is already trained on his head. Carter backs him up. She whips her arms forward, fists blazing with magical fire. Her eyes sweep the scene, darting from one figure to another. All right, everyone be cool. The thick troll's voice is as casual, amused. He shakes his gun in Wu's face. Late for that, isn't it? Let's see. Put your hands in your pockets. Listen, guys, my stomach's doing somersaults. How about we all put away our guns before someone gets hurt? The thick troll snorts a laugh. That guy looks like he could use an enema. Something we could do for you, officer? Wu's jaw tightens, but his tone stays cool and controlled. I'm looking for an old man, Raymond Black. We're supposed to meet him here. You know him? The troll nods his enormous head. Mm-hmm. Wu's voice starts to get an edge. You can actually see a vein in his temple start to pulse. Where is he? Carter sees it too. Keeps her voice neutral. Easy, Duncan. The troll maintains amused eye contact, but his weapon stays trained on Wu. That's right. Easy, Duncan. Your friend Raymond never showed. Been waiting for the better part of an hour. Think you were going to meet with Raymond? Mm-hmm. So what do you want with you? The troll's yellow-brown tusks shift into a smile again. You needed friends. The heavily armed kind. Old man hired us to take you on a little excursion. Wu's brow furrows. Hired you? He takes a moment, looks them over. They're an odd assortment. A cybered-up troll, an orc girl with magical fetishes, a dwarf with a cyber deck slung on her back, and a tall man standing behind them, inscrutable, all with guns trained on Wu. Understanding spreads across Wu's face. His jaw tightens. You're Shadowrunners. The troll nods. Mm-hmm. Wu's shoulders creep up. His stance tightens. This is bullshit. Hey, thank you, Mappy. Raymond would never hire Shadowrunners. They're criminals. The troll corrects him. Mercenary operatives. The dwarf cuts in. Her voice is soft, but strong. Criminal mercenary operatives. Yeah, you were right. Your buddy Raymond was associating with a bunch of hardened criminals. The troll tosses Wu a sideways smile while staring down the barrel of his gun. Sorry to burst your bubble, Lone Star. Guess you didn't know the old man as well as you thought, huh? Wu tries to shake it off, but he's struggling to process the information. You can feel the heat rolling off him. The runners sense it too, and they tense up tight. They're keyed on Duncan, and their guns are big. The looks on their faces make it clear. One wrong bead of sweat, and Wu's going down in a red mist. Carter remains completely still. Her voice is level, moderate. She's done this before. I'll stay focused. No need for this to get ugly. She quietly speaks to Wu, who listens without turning, his focus squarely on the troll. We need to find Raymond. These people know these are the people who can help us do that. This is about money, right? Let's talk about money. The troll is wary, but willing. He lifts the barrel of his gun, slightly. I like talking about money. You can tell the orc girl's had enough of the tension. She blurts it out. The old man wanted us to take him to Kowloon Walled City. She waves a hand at the three of you. You too. Hey, renter. We haven't claimed any houses yet. But we have met my girl, Gobbet. Well, I love this chick. Two large rats, clinging to her hip and her shoulder, poke their heads out of the folds of her clothing. They fix their beady eyes on you intently. You know the Walled City? Slum, right? I heard of it. The girl sneers, rolling her eyes. It's a shithole. We're slum in the Eastern Hemisphere. Memories of growing up in the Redmond Barrens flash through your minds. We get it. It's a real bad place. Now, why would a little old man pay you to take him there? The dwarf standing next to her nods and jumps in. Wouldn't say. Mumbled a lot, too. Just kept rambling on and on about how he just had to get in. In ordinary circumstances, I never would have accepted the gig. Walled City's the last place I want to go. Old man rolled up with a truckload of Nuyen, and you gotta eat, right? Wu risks a glance at you. His weapon remains trained on the Shadowrunners, but a flicker of uncertainty plays across his face. Interesting story. Seems like a good time to ramp down the threat of violence, don't you think? The troll flashes you a smile that's all tusks and no warmth. Gang, tell you what. He looks at his team as he slowly starts to lower his weapon. We're all gonna put our guns down. Down! Now! Carter! Yeah, we're gonna want to get into cover. Like, immediately. The sound of high-caliber rifle shots ring out in the air, and the red dots of laser swipes sweep the area. Carter, the troll, and the silent elf lie dead in widening pools of blood, their heads broken open like melons dropped from a 4-story building. The orc girl screams from cover. Nightjar! Nightjar, come on, big man, talk to me! Got shot? No. She turns to the dwarf, her eyes wild with fear. Shit, this isn't good! A voice blares out on the loudspeaker. This is the police! Lay down your weapons, put your hands behind your head, and come out where we can see you! Duncan Wu, Viola Black, come out where we can see you! You have 3 seconds! Duncan crouches behind cover, his gaze locked on Carter's corpse. His voice comes out in a hoarse roar. Stand down, damn it! I'm law enforcement, Lone Star! He's driven deeper into cover by a hail of gunfire. The dwarf shakes her head at him. Her voice is flat. Save your breath. Don't listen. Use your eyes. These bastards aren't here to make arrests. A sniper shot hits the wall next to her head, showering an explosion of plaster. We need a way out of here now. Everyone pipe down. Just give me a minute. The rat girl stares at the ground intently, as if listening. Then her brows furrows, her eyes go beady, and her nose wrinkles up. She begins to sway back and forth, her lips moving soundlessly. She snaps out of her trance. Okay, I got a way out. It's at the end of the street. Everyone come with me. Everyone. We don't need the rent-a-cops, Gobbet. We're the only ones. The little orc whips her head towards her friend. Their extra firepower is, I got us an exit, but we gotta get past the heat, and we can't shoot our way out of this on our own. Nothing else that can soak up a few rounds for us. She turns to you, her pupils pinpricks of intensity. Stick to cover and keep close. There's a door down the street that leads to a back alley. That's our exit point. Fall behind, you get left behind. Yeah, we aren't house claiming here. Now, they do screw one thing up. Well, it's not screwed up, but it's not well explained. You don't actually have to be in appropriate cover. As long as you are in cover, it counts. Gobbet, my girl, I missed you. And Izzy. Oh, I love these chicks. Sir. Yeah, cops are coming from behind, so you gotta move. This is risky. Yeah, over here. Don't really have much of a choice. Like you said, though, that music. So, don't touch that. I don't know if y'all noticed what Izzy's rocking, though. No, line of sight block. No, not what I meant. Oh, okay, sir. Alright, we are going to take a second. Yes, please. Oh, consumed. Let's see. Okay, consumed when used or automatically in the net. We're good. Alright, so. We need to keep moving. We did shut down their drones, so we got that. There we go. Got it. Move your ass up. Duncan, get your cover. And I know we're not supposed to know Izzy's name yet, but I do. Like, I'm not gonna bullshit here. Alright, which needs to haul ass? Really, all of us do. Where's the escape? Oh, damn it, I missed the chance to summon. Get poisoned, nerd. And Izzy? Easy. Again, more cops are coming, so we gotta haul. But stay near cover. Get a pistol out. Thankfully, like I said, we already disabled the drones, so we don't gotta worry about them. There we go. Get everybody out. Go, 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 go. Yeah. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Take a quick sip. The rat shaman guides you from the doorway on the street through an eternity of winding alleys, damp sub-basements, and empty buildings. Stumbling through refuse and filth, you make your way into the sewers below Victoria Harbor. It reeks down there, but it's quiet. Kav'Voth stops, sniffs, and wipes her eyes with the back of her wrist. Her rat squeaks softly in the folds of her clothing. The dwarf watches silently for a moment, then moves closer and gently takes her hand. In the dim light of the sewer, you can see they're nearly the same age. More than 20, 21 tops. What were their names? She keeps her head down, tells it to the floor. The troll you were talking to was Nightjar. He Dean was our friend. The elf was called Gutshot. Kind of an asshole, but I didn't need his head splattered everywhere like that. She inhales a cleansing breath. Nightjar's a good guy. Always had our backs. Isabel and ours. And mine. Isabel nods in agreement. Her voice is flat. Rare to find a runner you can actually trust. She looks to her friend. Are we clear? Kav'Voth looks back the way you came. I think we shaken them. She sniffs the air. Yeah, we're clear. Wu begins pacing, his boots splashing in the sewer water, creating echoes down the tunnel. You can feel the tension coming off him in ways. This is bullshit! I'm done messing around in alleys and sewers. I'm done running from cops! He points a thumb at his chest and spits the anger forth in a raspy growl. For fuck's sake, I am a cop! We noticed. The Lone Star Sergeant back there, dead back there, damn it! She was... Wu starts to choke up. He struggles against it, fighting to maintain control, but he needs a minute to recover. He finally manages to pull together, but he's raw. When he speaks again, his voice is seething and hoarse. I don't know what the hell's going on with the Hong Kong cops, but I'm calling in some Lone Star backup from home. I'm gonna get my own people down here. Then we're gonna find Raymond and figure out what the hell's going on here. Little Orc shrugs. Oh, whatever you say, big guy. Have fun with that. She looks at her friend. They both nod. Is and I are out of here. Good luck finding your friend. He's not our friend. He's our foster father. She looks straight at you. Her tone is flat. And he's probably a dead man. Sorry, but it's the truth. Wu isn't listening. You can see his face on his face that he's already written the Orc girl off. He pulls the security-grade PDA from his holster on his left leg, raises it, and begins tapping the buttons with a meaty finger. The Lone Star logo on the back of the device looks shiny and official. He stops, confused, then taps it harder. Why is that? Why do we do that? Because I do that too. When your phone stops working or like freezes up, you just hit it harder. Like tapping it harder is going to make it work. The red flashing image on the PDA reflects in his goggles. Hell? I'm locked out of the network. He looks up at you. Law enforcement status has been revoked. He goes back to the screen. Oh, I do it all the time. I don't believe it. They're saying there's an APB on us, Viola. Like, you and me both. I figured as much. You heard them on the loudspeaker. They knew our names. Wu glares at the wall, a storm raging in his face. Fucking hell. His hand clenches into a fist around his PDA. It just keeps getting worse and worse. He leans forward as if to punch the wall, his knuckles rapping against it softly, a pantomime of his barely constrained rage. Suddenly he turns and slings his PDA at the far wall. It hits hard, bounces back, and clatters to the ground at his feet. He looks down at it, spent. Orkmouth said, "Okay," to herself, eyebrows raised. And on that note, I think it's time for us to say goodbye. Come on, Isabel, let's... She's cut off by the sudden smashing noise as her friend's boot comes crashing down at the PDA at Wu's feet. The dwarf looks at her work, unsatisfied, then brings her boot down again and again and again, until there's nothing left but a snarl of plastic housing, broken glass, and circuit board. She looks up at Wu, her chest heaving, and points at the pile of scrap she created. Police issued. I can trace you through that. She turns to you, hand out. Yours too. It's on the network. Enter your PDA. Oh, there go all my free upgrade points. Isabel takes your PDA and repeats her boot stomping. There. She looks over at Kav'Voth, sighs, then reaches into her jacket pocket, pulling out 2 new PDAs. She hands them to you and Duncan. Burners. Suppose it's the least we can do after your help back there. Got any snacks? You always keep a supply? Or no, thanks. Now what? We go our separate ways and head out of the get out of the sewer. Right, Isabel isn't listening. She's staring open-mouthed at her own PDA, its bluish glow illuminating her horrified expression. We gotta go. Right now! Isabel's voice is monotone, but emphatic. She holds up her PDA to show her friend. They're after us, too. Her screen displays a local newscast. Your own face stares back at you from the upper left corner of the screen. And in breaking news, just under an hour ago, Hong Kong port authorities were involved in a firefight with members of a terrorist cell linked to the mainland state of Hainan. The battle left 3 terrorists dead, along with an unconfirmed number of Hong Kong police officers. I love that it's unconfirmed because they don't know how many they're going to kill on your way out. Your image winks out, replaced by a scowling image of Duncan Wu, a mugshot a long time ago, before Raymond. Our sources our sources report that Seattle natives Duncan Wu and Viola Black, along with their Hong Kong-based accomplices, are still at large. They are well armed and should be considered extremely dangerous. Low-res photographs of Gobbet and Isabel pop up on the screen, replacing Duncan. The color drains out of Gobbet's face. Oh, shit! Kowloon officials report that the terrorist cell, known as the White Star, maintained ties to the state of Henyan and is purported to be receiving weapons and funding from anti-corporate groups in the UCAS city-state of Seattle. Port authorities are on high alert, and the Hong Kong Police Force's Special Duties Unit has been engaged to deal with the threat. We go live now to Chief Inspector Crate with the Special Duties Unit, who will be making a statement. Behind the newscaster, a video window displays the location of your firefight in Victoria Harbor. The camera pans to Chief Inspector Crate, surrounded by a swarm of news reporters, but appears unfazed by the attention. She speaks with supreme confidence. We have yet to ascertain the motive for tonight's attack, but it was clearly a well-planned and coordinated effort. Crate smells smooth, more like a corporate mouthpiece than a cop. We have been already issued an all-points bulletin along with a kill or capture order for the 4 remaining terrorists, and I have been instructed Special Duties Unit to make their manhunt a top priority. She looks directly into the camera. If you see one or more of these individuals, do not attempt to engage them. Instead, tap the HKPF flash code at the bottom of the screen. If you're on an unauthorized network and take a picture, our system will automatically identify them in your data stream. The Decker switches off the newscast and clips her PDA back to her belt. For a moment, there's no sound but the roar of sewer water rushing through the pipes. There's audio. It's just a lot of ambient meat. Also, how's it going? Did you mean game or me, meat? Gobbet bends over, hands on her knees, sucking wind. Her rats scurry for a new position. Thought we were fucked before. Wu's voice is eerily calm. But now we are well and truly fucked. We'll deal with it, Duncan. We always do. That's weird. YouTube being YouTube. Wu's mouth tightens. Not this time, Viola. He begins stalking back and forth, a panther in a cage. They've labeled us terrorists. There's an APB out on us. I've heard this kind of announcement before. I know what comes with it. Doesn't matter if we have nothing to do with whatever city-state. They're gonna hunt us down. It's open season. Isabel nudges the remains of Wu's PDA with her booted toe. And the 2 of us will be hunted down along with you. Gobbet wide-eyes the exit, tight as a spring. You can hear the shallow panting as she leans towards one, then the other. We gotta go deep. Hit the mainland while we figure this out. Find a hole to crawl into. She looks at Isabel, wipes her mouth, and points at you and Duncan. We gotta get them off the grid too. Way off. The dwarf looks up at Duncan, her large eyes narrow. Hey, Lone Star, you got a security license, right? That means you've got a SIN, too. Wu's brow furrows. Of course I have a SIN. Wouldn't be able to get paid otherwise. Only criminals and lowlives go sinless. So, for those who don't know, who weren't here for the original Shadowrun we played, SIN is, if I recall, social identity number. It is effectively it's your social security number, but more. You are expected to have your SIN on you at all times. It is your, again, it's your social security number. It's your driver's license. It's your bank account. It is everything. She runs her hands along her cyberdeck, thinking. It means you can be traced. Both of you. You get spotted by a drone or security camera, get ID'd by a retinal scanner, or use your cred stick or passport, and the HKPF will know just where to find you. Wu crosses his arms across his chest. I know how... There it is. I know how a system identification number works, runner. Leave her alone, Duncan. We're all in this together. Gobbet pulls at her dreadlocks. Just as screwed as you are! Me and Iz were listed as your accomplices. We can't afford for you to get caught. You'll lead them to us, one way or the other. DNA samples, stuff we told you, astral residue. I don't know, cop stuff. Little Decker looks from you to Wu, eyes narrow, sizing you up. You can see her make a silent decision before she speaks. Her voice is flat, resigned. We need to get your sins burned. Delete you from the record books. All of them. All of them. Wait a minute. You want us to just erase our identities? Wu rubs a hand across his scalp. Beyond the fact that it's insane, will that even work? If we burn our sins, go off the grid like that, won't they just redouble their efforts to find us? Condescension seeps its way into Isabel's dry tone. Imagine playing a game of hide-and-seek with a siren strapped to your head. Would you rather try and hide with the siren, or with the siren conspicuously absent? This is bullshit. I'm gonna find a way to smuggle myself back to Seattle. Wu gives you his don't be an idiot voice. With what resources? We don't know anyone in this country, Viola. We have no network here. His baritone growl gets low and intense. You saw what they did to those runners. You'll be dead before you can take 2 steps. Gobbet's voice drops. We can ask for help. There's only one person we know who's the kind of pull it takes to burn us in and hide us from the cops. Kindly Chang. Let me guess. Kindly Chang is some sort of underworld hardass. Like a walnut. She's what's known as a straw sandal. Kind of a middle manager for the Yellow Lotus Syndicate. Their triad. Kindly Chang controls all the illegal activity in our neighborhood. Smuggling, bootlegging, counterfeiting. Middle manager. Is the Yellow Lotus a syndicate or a retail outlet? Gobbet leans in, serious as death. Do not get the wrong impression. Kindly Chan is no bureaucrat. She controls a good-sized portion of Kowloon's underworld. She has soldiers, resources, she's smart, and she is not to be underestimated. Isabel's voice is hollow and flat. Taking favors from a woman like Kindly Chang is a good way to get yourself into indentured servitude. You don't want to owe favors to a woman like that. Her eyes get big, round. Ideally, you don't want to deal with her at all. That was Nightjar's job. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it throws your ass in. Yeah, because like Shadow and Dragonfall, you're just a Shadowrunner to start. Which, I mean, fine, that's Shadowrunner, you know? But this, you get to be a normal person for about 10 minutes. Nightjar's job. You mean you work with her? What did we just tell you? She's got her fingers in everything, including brokering Shadowruns for the corpse. Kindly Chang's our fixer. Gobbet tries to make her voice light, confident. Just stay on her good side and you'll have nothing to worry about. Let's get this done before one of you trips the APB and brings all hell on us. Again, that's why I was like, I want Viola to be... She wants a normal life. But, what is it, Godfather? Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. You scramble up a ladder and through an access way where the sewer system spits you out into the Hong Kong Mass Transit Railway System, the MTR. Crossing the rails, you climb up the platform and onto the station. Above you is Haoi, where the Rat Shaman and the Little Decker plan to plead your case to Kindly Chang, the one woman they know who will be able to get you underground and off the grid fast. But there'll be a price. Chang is a triad boss whose favors tend to come with strings attached. The sound of the waterfront at night leaked down the stairway to the surface. Peering up the stairs, you can catch a glimpse of the night sky, overcast and low. I can get a list, but what do you think? I don't think spells really have requirements, do they? Because when I was gonna do my my normal troll build, I did check the requirements for my Vindicator and my Assault Cannon, but the sewers deposit you into a series of mechanical accessway tunnels that eventually link to a system of railway tunnels. God, I can't talk. Great, yeah, I can't talk and I'm playing a game with nothing but reading. Gobbet leads you through 5 or 6 magnetically sealed doors across several sets of electrified tracks until she indicates you've reached your destination. She holds up her hand, indicates the surrounding platform. This is the MTR station for Haoi. Thought I heard a voice. Oh. Well, yeah, but I mean, if I'm going to be making a spellcaster build, almost all of my shit's going to be going into that, you know? Kindly Chang runs their operations out of a mahjong parlor there called Swift Winds. Wu rips off his goggles. an APB out on us. How do you expect us to get into this Swift Winds place without taking a bullet? AOA is known as a protected area. Only Chang sings to that. It's a shadow community. Smugglers, hijackers, black marketeers, you get the idea. Cops tend to give the place a wide berth. Isabel gives a shallow nod. Her gaze remains planted on the floor. Police cameras don't last long here. Between the smog and the cloud cover, we shouldn't have to worry about drones either. The HKPF won't find you. Not if you follow our lead. Kav'Voth widens her stance, places her hands on her hips. Now here's how this is going to work. You can't get an audience with Chang until we secure you an invitation. So me and Iz will go on ahead and pay our respects. Then we'll request that she sees you. Politely. Invitation? How do we get that? The rat shaman shakes. We kiss her ass till it shines. Isabel sighs. That's about the size of it. Kav'Voth holds up a hand. Oh, one more thing. Kenley Chang is a dangerous woman. She may seem friendly, but don't let your guard drop. Whatever you do, do not disrespect her. I've dealt with dangerous people all my life. I know how to behave myself. You better. If you don't, it's all of our asses. She lets her hand fall. Nods to the three of you. Alright, we'll go on ahead and smooth the way. Just give us a few minutes head start. What if a local recognizes us? Calls the cops. Kav'Voth smirks and shakes her heads. No one in AOA calls cops. Doing that around here is a quick way to get dead. I get it. Her eyes narrow and she nods approvingly. Good. You catch on real quick. We need your sins burned as badly as you do, and the only way to figure that out, a way out of this shit, or we're all dead. She quickly turns. See you at the Mahjong parlor. The Shadowrun's footsteps quickly fall away, and then you're alone with Wu. He grunts something unintelligible and begins panther stalking back and forth again. Boot prints of sewer water and marking his path on the subway platform behind him. Minutes pass. Wu stops his pacing and runs both his hands over his face, groaning a sign of anxiety and disgust. It dissipates and he stands there silently, his hands covering his face and his shoulders shaking with emotion. Then he begins to laugh. It's a laugh that comes from deep down, a place where fear, frustration, and impotence swirl. But the barrier holds. Wu focuses, taking control of his breathing, and his laughter begins to slow. He becomes himself again. Oh my god, Viola. An aftershock of the laughter shudders through him. Are you fucking kidding me? What the hell are we doing here? How did we get into this? He drops his hands and turns to you, shaking his head in disbelief. I think I'm gonna lose it. Go ahead. We're alone. Wu walks to the wall of the subway station silently. He stands there a minute, lost in thought, and then his fists explode in a flurry of punches. He hits the wall hard, sending plaster crumbling to the floor at his feet. The orc breathes heavily for a minute, head down, hand on his hips, spent. Carter is dead, Viola. They fucking ended her. He puts a hand on his forehead. Don't know what I'm gonna do now. What are you talking about? You crawled out of worse places before you met her. He allows his head to loll to the side, whispers, Maybe. But that was a long time ago. He sighs. I had Raymond then. I get it. That triggers him. The hell you do! You only saw the beginning. The old man taking us in. Handing me my ass until I straightened out. You only saw me straighten out. That I only started to fly right after you left. Raymond's the one who helped me get into the academy. Sat on me until I did my homework. Checked every assignment. Every single one. His breathing becomes ragged. He mumbles. He didn't care that I was a goddamn orc. Both hands cover his face now. He's completely covered. Raymond, the house, the academy, Carter. I'm throwing it all down a memory hole and burying it deep. His hands droop in defeat. You know why? Because we're going to burn our sins, Viola. Jesus Christ, you know what that means? The moment we do that, we're dead. To all the world, we are dead. Wiped clean. He counts off on his fingers. Raymond, the house we grew up on, my career, Carter, all gone. No home, no money, no identity, nothing. He waves his hand, brushes it all away. We'll be nobody. We were street kids, Duncan. We're used to being nobody. Just chill. Chill? Who the fuck are you to tell me to chill after what just happened? And you aren't losing what I'm about to lose either. Our paths went in different directions a long time ago. Wu's neck cranes forward, his lower jaw thrusts out ahead of him. You left me behind, god damn it. You left me behind. You left me behind. Memories flash bright. Suddenly you're back 8 years ago, on the street outside of Raymond's house. Just you and Wu in the middle of the night. God, I love doing games like this. I love getting to flex my acting. Look at little baby Duncan. You can't just leave like this, Viola. What am I going to say to Raymond? You know how he is. Why would she leave if she was getting... Could have been a favor. Got something I need to attend to, Duncan. And it can't wait. That's what you keep saying, but you still won't tell me what's going on. What's so important you have to run out in the middle of the night without even telling Raymond why? He's distraught. You can see it on his face. You're in his voice. He used to be lost without you. Let's see. Got a friend in a bind, Duncan. That's all I can say about it. I have to go. His eyes widen. I knew all your friends. He shakes his head. I don't like this, Viola. It sounds like the kind of shit we said we'd leave behind. Look, whatever's going on, I can tell you one thing. Raymond will not approve. I'll deal with that when I get back. I won't be gone long. 3 days tops. You remember the look on Duncan's face as you walked away. The events that followed were a blur, one that you don't care to remember. 3 days later, you were behind bars in a private courtroom prison. No interrogation, no charges, no appeal. Years later, some corporation bought another corporation, and the new board of directors pushed through some reform agenda, and the higher-ups gave an order. And you were out. A few hundred new yen to your name and one scary as hell NDA ensuring your silence. Not that it mattered to you anymore. You were starting fresh, determined. Until Raymond tracked you down, left you that voicemail, brought you to Hong Kong, and back together with Duncan Wu. You realize Wu's been staring at you. Let's hear it. Where the hell have you been all this time? Why didn't you contact me? At least to tell me you were alive. It's not my fault, alright? I was in a cell, Wu. The deep, dark kind. No shit. He squints at you, full lie detector mode. Oh, fuck. I had no idea. A range of emotions play across Wu's face. He stares at the ground for some time, before finally looking back up at you with a heavy sigh. I really don't know how to process that one right now. I don't know. If we're still alive tomorrow, we can talk more. This shit's too much. We're marooned on this island, hunted by the cops. My partner's dead, Raymond's missing, and we're about to go see a crime lord about erasing our goddamn identities. As a bonus, our only allies are a pair of tiny criminals who would kill us if they could, so they don't have to deal with this. He rubs his head viciously. Listen, Viola, back in the Barrens, whenever I was out of control, you just handled the situation, remember? With Carter gone, I'm just a raw nerve. I'm afraid I'm going to slip back and people are going to start getting hurt again. Got your back, Duncan. He stares at you hard, like he's trying to see something inside your head. His voice comes out flat. We'll see. Just don't press it. I need time to get used to you. Let's go meet that triad woman and get our damn sins burned. I want to rip the bandage off as fast as I can. No use talking to anybody now. We're not in with the criminals yet. Hey, a makeshift boat city latched onto the Kaitak River like a parasite. Behind you, a massive snarl of dark and derelict high-rises dominates the horizon. The walled city. Duncan said something. All I caught out of him was that he didn't see a mahjong parlor. But I know right where the mahjong parlor is. I know these boats. Also, look at this environment, man. People always ask me. Well, no, they don't. They just get mad at me. People always ask why I prefer Shadowrun over Cyberpunk, right? And it's because of this. Look at it. Like, this is the kind of shit you don't see in Cyberpunk. Just just looks so cool. I would love an ImSim of Shadowrun. The Swiftwind's Mahjong parlor, filled to the stink of cigarette smoke, the incessant click-clack of mahjong tilers, and the grim faces of hardened gamblers. Come in. We have a lot to talk about. It is. I'm not the biggest fan of isometric games. Just, again, the world is so perfect. And I'm sorry. Eddie's... Nguyen is always going to be cooler than Eddie's. Nguyen makes sense. You can feel every eye on the room as you cross the mahjong parlor to the middle-aged woman sitting patiently at its end. The click-clack of ivory-colored tiles stop. Hands stray beneath tables, into jacket pockets, behind backs. This is a fucking... This is an environment. That's all I'm going to say. The woman has the face of a prison guard and the demeanor of an inmate. Fucking mwah, chef's kiss writing there. That is so good. Because you know exactly what it means. Her salt and pepper hair is pulled into an iron-hard bun, and beneath it, two shiny black eyes offer nothing. Buttons sewn onto a doll. A nearly empty bottle of something foul rests on her mahjong table, nestled between a pair of dirty shot glasses. Tiny brown puddles linger at their bottoms. Gobbet and Isabel stand on either side of the table, heads lowered, shoulders slumped, hands clasped. They risk a frightened glance at you as you approach. Look at this woman! Again, this is exactly what it said. The demeanor of an inmate and the face of a prison guard. Kindly Cheng's voice is nasal and rusty mean. My pair of little fuck-ups here told me all about... Actually, you know what? My pair of little fuck-ups here told me all about what happened on the docks. She dips a pinky into her shot glass, brings it to her mouth, removes it with a sharp smack. How two of my best runners had their heads put out. How you need protection, and how you need to get your identities wiped before you get your heads put out too. Ah, that hurts my nose. Potentially leading the heat to my front door, placing me and everyone in my employ in danger. She fingers the rim of her glass. So wise. So very, very wise. The young shaman's eyes never leave the floor. We're sorry, Auntie. We thought... Her black eyes flash. You mustn't speak until you are spoken to, Gobbet dear. Her smile turns mean. And since you are one short hair away from being dumped into the river chained to Isabel's corpse, I suggest you let your new friends here do the talking for a while. Does that make sense to you, dear? Her treacle voice is back. Sweet, nasal, and grinding. God, I love this bitch. Dark circles ring Gobbet's armpits. What the fuck? I don't know what that means. Yes, Auntie. Cheng inclines her head gently. Very good. You learn so quickly. Remain fucking silent. She pours another drink. Her cheeks are rosy, already flushed. And we got bots over on Twitch. I think... I don't have my phone on me. I don't know where the hell it went. There it is. I'm going to double check, but I think Steam Element's already got him. Come on, you. God, Steam's app is just... me. Yep, they got him. Now, my darlings, I understand from the little rat shit here that you come from Seattle to meet my client, Mr. Black. Who's... Oh, that was me. Whoops. I forgot to... God, my voice is awful. Wu's jaw tightens at the word client. But before you could meet him, the HKPF started splattering gray matter everywhere and everything went to shit. And now you need your sins burned so you can disappear before you end up dead too. Is that right? Yes, ma'am. Very good. Well, why don't we start by telling me who you are? My name is Black. Have you got a first name, Black? A profession? You do want me to erase your identities, don't you, dear? I need to know who you are first. I'm Viola, a mage of the hermetic variety. She rests her chin on her hand. Interesting. I must say I've never been partial to magicians myself. Too otherworldly for me. And how did you become a mage, Viola? All lies. Huh. Picked it up young. I've been in the cooler for a few. Wu's brow furrows and he shakes his head. Still can't believe it. Kenli Cheng whips her head towards Wu, a nasty retort already on her lips. But then she stops, sticks out her lower lip as she sizes him up. She turns to her lieutenant behind her, nodding with approval. Looks like the gun show's in town. Yeah, no, absolutely not. What's your name, gun show? Wu's focus remains straight ahead. Duncan Wu. Lone Star. I heard there's some fresh corpses found on the docks tonight. Smugglers, I believe. Didn't sound like the Hong Kong police when I heard about it. You're doing, Duncan Wu? Wu's eyes remains fixed on a spot on the wall behind her. He smolders. I identified myself as Lone Star, but they wouldn't stand down. They had weapons. Self-defense. She puckers her lips at him, her voice sing-song. I don't care, sweetie. They weren't my people. But now I know you're a life-taker, Mr. Gunshow. You and your friend here. She begins arranging the mahjong tiles on the table in front of her. But now I'm curious. Why were you meeting Raymond Black on the docks tonight? He's our foster father. That makes her pause. Cheng lifts her bottle to swill and eyes the label, connecting the dots in her own head. Interesting. A look of disgust passes her face. Sorry, kids, but he was looking like shit when I saw him. Eyes half open, dark circles under them, dragging his feet the whole bit. Your foster daddy was in a bad place. Sounds like he wasn't sleeping. Could be. From what he said, sounds like he was having nightmares. He would stop in the middle of a sentence and mutter something to himself. One time it was about the walls breathing or something. Another time it was about teeth. Thousands of teeth. I remember him drifting off towards the end of our meeting. Looked like he was somewhere else in his head. He said, I left prosperity in there. And then Nightjar put his hands on Mr. Black's shoulder. Asked him why he wanted to go into the walled city so bad. That seemed to bring him back. When your old man opened his eyes again, they were full of tears. Then he muttered something I couldn't make out. She pours herself another shot, tosses it back, and rubs her belly. Your daddy got really irritating after a while. What do you think it means? I have no fucking clue. She grabs a long, slim cigar from a pack on the mahjong table, lights it. Alright, let's get to it. She exhales smoke and points two fingers at you and Wu. You two need your sins burned, and you need them burned fast. Hong Kong dragnets are bad news. When they roll in force. Armored personnel carriers, heavy armor, heavy weapons, sorcerers, the whole thing. And they aren't coming to arrest you. Yeah, it is. Not a fun name to be on the other not a fun word to be on the other side of, though, I tell you that for fucking free. She folds her arms across her chest. The thin cigar bobs in her mouth as she speaks. The good news is I can help you. With a wave of my hand, I can have your sins disappear. But you have to understand, my darlings, that what you're asking for is no simple request. Burning a sin isn't just deleting a number. It's wiping all reference to that number from the world's largest databases. It's masking your mugshot in their facial recognition database, so the first camera you walk past doesn't bring them down on you like a ton of bricks. It's covering our fucking tracks so that the act of us burning your sin doesn't lead them right to us. It requires contacts in numerous corporations and the UCAS government. Smoke rolls out of the Triad's nose. It requires someone like me. Therefore, I need you to make a choice. She takes another drag on her cigar and gently places her palm flat on the table. Do I kill you and dispose of your bodies before the cops come looking for you, or do I help you burn your sins? And this, again, is where the etiquette comes in. If I were you, I'd be more interested in protecting my reputation. Two of your people were just clipped. You don't do something, it's a show of weakness. Cheng rests her chin on her hand again and smiles at you coldly. So clever. So clever. Her chin stays on her hand, but her eyes look past you, surveying the Yellow Lotus soldiers in the room. Yes, I have been placed in a delicate situation, haven't I? Regardless, it's the situation, whether you're alive or you're sucking dirt. She stares at you for a long minute, chin still on her hand, thinking. Taps the ash on the floor without taking her eyes off you. A low, reluctant growl rumbles somewhere deep in her throat. You'll live. You're clever, and I like that. I'll put your sins to the torch. However, I'll need to call in several valuable favors within my network, and those favors don't come cheap. Kindly Chang stubs out her cigar. You will owe me. What do you want us to do? I want you to deliver a message for me. To a business associate in the walled city. The Yellow Lotus has a strong presence inside Viola. Isabel can tell you all about that, can't you, dear? Isabel grew up in the walled city. Isabel's eyes remain lowered. They collect taxes from corporations, extort protection money from the shopkeepers, run drugs, guns, people. They hurt people. We do those things, yes. But to be fair, we also operate the walled city's black market. You might not be alive today if not for the lifeline we provide. Hey, Ray. I can kind of see it. Isabel clams up tight. Cheng picks up a mahjong tile and turns it in her fingers. There is a red pole, sort of a enforcer, yes, on the inside. His name is Strangler Bao. Bao is a strong man, a good soldier, but he has forgotten his place. I need you to remind him. I know the answer to this, but I think Viola... Let me guess, by remind him, you mean put a bullet in his head? No, if I wanted him dead, I would have said so. Don't jump to conclusions. You aren't any good at it. She tosses you a memory stick. This is a message for Bao. You will deliver it to him in my name, and then return to me. Remember, witch, Bao's men are my men. By right, they should all be serving me. I would prefer if you did this quietly without killing them. I have no use for dead soldiers. Shit, that's gonna bother the piss out of me. I'm gonna have to fix that after an off stream and catch back up. I accidentally left a space in front of the, so now every time it's just gonna be that. She turns to Gobbet and Isabel. One of you two will go help these Westerners to the walled city. Help them locate Bao and show them the ropes. The other will remain here. I have several menial and degrading tasks that need doing around the establishment. No matter who goes and who stays, you'll both pay for bringing an APB to my doorstep. Yes, Auntie. Yes, Auntie. Now, I'm going to find out who ordered the hit on Nightjar and do some dentistry on him with power tools. She closes her eyes and smiles with pleasure. The boy was my favorite. He sang to me sometimes. She opens her eyes and sneers. The other one I don't care about. Gutshot was an asshole. I love how everyone says, yeah, the elf was an asshole. She turns away and waves you off the back of her hand. That'll be all, my darlings. Return to me when you are done. We are going to shut the... Actually, thank you for the favor, Auntie. She responds without turning back. You can thank me after you've delivered my message to Bao. Then I will do you the favor of erasing you. And we are going to politely leave before she changes her fucking mind. Yeah, I know that one, Ray. It was on the original Xbox, and everyone fucking hated it. Because it was just a generic squad shooter. That being said, I would take that over the nothing we're getting now. I do love the music, too. Hey. Shorty. The thug taps his earpiece, gestures with his hand. And Chang said you'd be coming. Could pass. And yeah, nice try. Sorry, had a scammer over on Twitch. And we know this. We'll bring Isabel. We're bringing Isabel because she grew up in this area, you know? Makes sense to keep her around. Sorry, I'm munching on some grapes while I'm here. Kowloon Walled City. The most densely populated spot on Earth. Nearly 40,000 people crammed into 7 acres of... Jesus! Is that true? Into 7 acres of chaos, poverty, disease, and vice. A self-contained city that collects no taxes and provides no city services. Stagnant water sits in temporary wells. Trash lies piled up on roofs for controlled burns. Improvised structures lean dangerously over populated areas. It's the ideal breeding ground for all manner of illicit trade. Drugs, gambling, black market trade, metahuman trafficking, and everything in between. The only law is triad law. And now you need to enter the septic system of a city. Find a triad enforcer named Strangler Bao and deliver a message from Kindly Cheng. I do appreciate these little alerts. No, I meant in real life. Like, I've heard, even in real life, I've heard horror stories about Kowloon. Oh, Kowloon was actually demolished in 1994. I didn't know that. Over 30,000, or over, oh no, yeah. 35,000 people lived in a 6.4 acre area. Holy shit. Wow. Apparently that was actually pretty nice. Like, not to live in, but like the people were nice to each other. Alright, let's bump up our willpower and spellcasting again. Never mind. Let's see. I want to raise up her intelligence too. Actually, biotech. There we go. Excuse me. Foul, oily water rains down from above, mixes with the filth and offal and swill of the streets, turns it into a flowing slurry of unrecognizable sewage. In the distance, the sounds of back alley activity add to the ambiance of your arrival. Breaking glass, the crackling hiss of a garbage fire, faint screams of terror punctuated by the occasional gunshot. Sex, business, and violence and misery all blended into one. Yeah, offal is such a strong word. Ugh! Wu winces at the stink, waves a hand in front of his face. Raymond said that prosperity's in the walled city, and I don't see it. What the hell would he want to set one foot in this place? Who knows? He'd have to be insane to travel to the walled city. As I think we said, it's the worst slum in the Eastern Hemisphere. Maybe the worst in the world. She does her best to press a shudder. Can't help the dread from creeping into her voice. Can't believe I grew up here. Sorry to drag you back. Isabel looks around her, closes her eyes. You could have bought Goblet instead. I'd have been cool with that. She peers up at the catwalks and the sky bridges that connect the rotting tenements, sagging architecture. Fuck, so close. Frowning, she points to a spot in the distance. There was a market over there when I was a kid. Might not be a bad place to stop. Thought you knew where to find Strangler Val. I do. We need to get into the Lotus Den. That's what Val calls the little island of control he's carved out for himself. It's a stupid name, but it's stuck. He'll have guards posted at every entrance, but we might be able to find a way around them through the market. That's what Kindly would prefer. They probably aren't expecting anyone to come in force. We can kick in the door, drop the guards, hand over the message, and get the hell out. Kindly doesn't want them dead. She wants them to remember where their loyalties lie. Tough to remember much of anything when you got a bullet in your head. True. I mean, we could kill them if you really wanted to. Technically, Bao is the only one that has to live, but I'd rather keep Auntie Cheng happy than piss her off again. Yeah, well, that'll be up to them. If they don't try and kill us, they live. Got it. Let's get this done. Look at this absolute shithole. Is this dude missing a leg? Nah, he's just sitting cross-legged. Yeah, you're not helpful. You're the one I'm looking for. A young woman lies on the ground. She's a bloody mess. Streaks and spatters of crimson crisscross her blouse and mat her hair. Ooh, good. Good alliteration. Also, my mouth's not... Oh, no, yeah, there it is. As soon as I saw it... Oh, no, get that over here. Judging by the quality of her clothing and the bag on her shoulder, you'd make her out to be a student. If she's out of places, the library would be in a game of urban brawl. She struggles to move. She's clearly exhausted. The dark circles under her eyes tell you she hasn't slept in days. When the woman sees you heading her way, her face hardens. You see her hand slip into her jacket pocket. But she studies your faces. The fear in her eyes gives way to curiosity. You guys don't look like you're from around here. A hacking cough shakes her, but her eyes remain fixed on you. You either. Who are you? I'm a student at HKU. She glances around watchfully, over your shoulders, at the buildings looming over her, into windows nearby. Doing some research. Gotta finish before I could leave. You look like you haven't slept in days. Well, she is a college student. It's because I haven't. Been living with a family in one of the inner blocks for the past few months, working on my thesis. It was bad, but I could handle it. The past 5 days, though, I've been living on the streets, hiding from predators. What happened to the family? A pained expression washes over her face. I'm not 100% sure. The mother, she worked in a dive bar as a hostess. The father was a handyman. They never really went anywhere. Didn't have the money to. I woke up one day and the whole family was gone. Just gone. Squatted in the place for a while, but then some people started coming around, eyeing the place. I figured I should get out, finish my research as fast as I could, and head back to campus. And then I got sick. Wu grunts. What kind of research would you do in a place like this? Damn it! My thesis is about feng shui in the sixth world. It was the right place to do it. Only place I could. Otherwise I wouldn't be here. What's feng shui? Although she's exhausted and possibly ill, the student's eyes gleam. Feng shui is one of the 5 arts of Chinese metaphysics. Before the awakening, it was thought as a philosophical system for harmonizing people with the surviving environment. You know, architecture, interior design, stuff like that. Now, in the sixth world, feng shui has become more than that. My thesis is how it's actually a form of magic. Okay, so what exactly is Opal, Jay? And while you're typing that, this is the kind of shit I love so much about Shadowrun, right? The idea that you could just go to college for magic. The whole thing revolves around Qi, the invisible life energy that binds every person and thing together. It's very real here in Hong Kong. Nobody knows the reason why. Maybe it's only real because people believe it is. The important thing is it's a measurable, quantifiable phenomenon. There's an entire industry going around it. This doesn't look like a place where people are harmonized with anything. No, it isn't. Not at all. The feng shui in the walled city is completely screwed. I mean, just look at the place. She gestures at the squalor surrounding you. But she's all wrong here. You can feel it, right? Well, something was wrong the minute I walked in here. Qi, huh? Qi needs to flow. Positive feng shui allows that to happen. If Qi gets pent up and trapped, it goes sour. That's what's happening here. The woman clears her throat, then lets out a hacking cough. I'm not going to do that. The effort requires a moment for her to recover before she speaks again. I hate to admit it, but I could use some help. I started running I guess you could call it an experiment of sorts. Nothing conclusive, just a few quick trials to support my hypothesis before I go into hardcore data gathering mode. There are only a few things left to do. If you could finish them, I could get out of here. She holds out a crumpled piece of paper. Just follow the notes on the sheet. Duncan takes the paper from her outstretched hand, examines it, frowning. Just say what you need us to do. I need you to make adjustments in the area's feng shui. My notes will tell you how. The goal is to remove sources of friction, to record the results. My hypothesis is that even small adjustments can have a measurable effect on chi flow. If I'm right, it should improve, and life here should just get a little bit better. No promises. We will help her out while we're running around. Let's see. There's one. Yeah, Opal is one of those words that I've heard a lot, but I've never actually bought. Like, I know what it is, what it means, but I don't know what it is, if that makes sense. Also, can we give Harebrained Scheme credit? This place looks fucking miserable. I would hate every second of living here. A well-muscled and heavily tattooed Triad member looks up from his PDA, bored but alert. Behind him, other Yellow Lotus soldiers take notice and turn to leer at you. You're in the wrong cut neighborhood, little tourist girl. You know all your tourist friends. I'm a local. I work for Kindly Cheng. Show some respect. The Triad soldier sneers at her. And so, you already know you shouldn't be here anymore. That fossil doesn't run things around here anymore. His hand strays to the jacket and conspicuous bold in the fabric. Could be a gun, could be a knife, could be a blackjack. Best get moving, little girl. Best get moving before we have to hurt y'all real bad. I'm not going to tell you twice. We're here to deliver a message to Strangler Bow. Mm-hmm. He pauses in mock consideration. No, I don't think so. We haven't been told to expect anyone. Look, this is a message directly from Kindly Cheng to Strangler Bow. They're both above your station. You want to stay in the way of that? I sure as hell wouldn't. The yellow soldier's mouth tightens. This is a trick. You're just trying to get close to Bow so you can put a bullet in him. Kindly Cheng wanted Bow dead, you wouldn't be talking to me. You'd be dead, and an army of kindly soldiers would be kicking in his door. I'd listen to her if I were you. Turn us away, you might piss Cheng off to start, for those soldiers to start come knocking. The leer drops off his face. He seems to deflate. Say you have a message for Bow. Okay. You go through. Keep your hands where I can see him. Mm-hmm. Hey. That's how we do. But we're not doing that yet. Come across a heavily muscled Triad soldier screaming at a bearded old man holding a bleeding nose. The punk waves a cheap disposable cred stick in the old man's face. This? The bright classic case would look cheerful if it wasn't smeared with blood. This isn't enough. You have two options, old man. You can find me a way to pay all the money, or you can drag your bony ass deeper into the wall. Find a spot for yourself there with the pimps and the predators. We should find a nice use for you. Your choice. The old man wails. It's not fair. I can't just pack up and leave. I've been here for 22 years and That's how it's gonna be. He rolls his burly shoulders. Fine by me. Boot. Poor old man. I ain't holding up, old timer. He's out. Got a tire fire over here. Let us see. Now, I ain't no scientist, but I would think that, rubber fire is probably too strong to put out by rain. That's what I'm looking for. Bucket of sand. Don't know why there's a bucket of sand just hanging out, but, you know. There we go. I know there's another one, but we'll find it on the way. We've gotten authorization to just walk through the front door. Isn't it nice knowing how gangs work? Now the beauty is, while we have full authorization, we can just wander around and loot the place. Let's take a peek around. Because again, we're allowed to be here. Anything in here? Oh, wait. There's a SimSense machine that's been left unlocked for restocking. Package data tip still in the tray. Yoink. I did. Nah, no house claiming yet. We're still being nice. We've been specifically ordered not to house claim. Right now, we're just looting. Alright, Alright, what's the key code? Here we are, 6378. I love this bit. Look at this guy. A large man in his 50s stands waiting. His heavily tattooed arms are held in a fighter stance. His bone structure is heavy. Corded muscle stands out in his arms and chest. In his youth, he must have been enormous. He doesn't talk so much as emit a low rumble. I don't know how you got in here, but you've got my attention. Candygram! I have a message from Kindly Cheng. Message from Cheng. Can't wait to hear you mangle it. He chuckles to himself. You speak Cantonese so well. Before I hear it, I have a little message for her, too. You tell Kindly Cheng that our operations are done in the walled city. I'm gonna lower this a little bit. Strangler Bao has given himself a promotion, and you tell her that if she sends any more errand girls to visit him with another message, Strangler Bao is gonna send them back in a box. You think you can tell her, errand girl, or should I write that down in English? I love how shitty you can be. Oh, come on, Strangler. Can I call you Strangler? I just want to hang out, play some video games, do triad stuff. Just slot the stick, listen to the message, and I'll be gone, okay? I don't get to hear you butcher the message. I'm sad. He grabs the small plastic drive from your hand, slots it into the trid player. Kindly Chan stands erect, speaks directly to the camera. Mr. Bao, as everyone knows, you are a man of swift action. I respect that. And because of that respect, I will get right to the point. I know where your money is coming from. I know that you have friends working for Straw Sandals like myself. They have been siphoning funds from their organization. I know about the noodle shop that you launder the money through. I have tasted their broth and found it wanting. The old woman becomes flinty hard. You have been stealing from the Yellow Lotus, glorifying yourself with revenue that we have earned. And I have files to prove it. Bao's eyes widen as files begin to flit across the screen. Receipts, bank reports, personal communications between himself and his men. Kindly Cheng continues speaking, smooth and casual. Now, in light of our recent conflict, you might be wondering why I'm keeping this information to myself. Why haven't I exposed you to so that you could be dragged in from your lotus den by the balls and slowly roasted on a rotisserie spit? In truth, I respect your ambition. You have a lot to learn about candor and loyalty, but I believe you still have value. I am still willing to work with you. However, in order for that to happen, we need to come to an understanding about the nature of our partnership. Kindly Cheng steps forward, fills the screen. I own you, Bao. You and all of your men. You are my fucking playthings. Dolls to twist and pose as I see fit. I am in this position because I am far better at this than you, and it is time that you learned it. Accept what I am telling you, and we can get back to business. Prosper together. But if you continue your little rebellion, I will mail tiny pieces of you to your children and take their picture as they open the package. She produces one of her long, thin black cigars, lights it, holds the smoke for a long time. You have 24 hours to return to the fold. If you aren't here licking my heels by then, the information will be released and you will become food for fish. Your choice, Bao. 24 hours. The message winks out. Strangler Bao turns away from the screen. Slowly. His skin is ashen. Get out. He pauses, casts his eyes to the floor. And tell Mrs. Cheng to expect me at Swift Winds tomorrow. He stands up straight. Tomorrow morning. Pleasure meeting you, Mr. Bao. Go. Just go. Nope. We did our job correctly. No bullets. No spells. Oh yeah, no. Kindly Cheng fucking terrifies me. I don't want to fuck with that woman. Why is it all of, like, those are always the best criminal nicknames. It's like the ironic ones, you know what I mean? Again, Kindly Cheng. I'm also going to check down here. I think one of the things we have to do is down here. But also, we can do a nice thing. So, we're going to quick save. You can save if you want to. You can leave your data behind. Asshole. The Yellow Lotus Enforcer glares at you. You can see the outline of the old man's cred stick in his back pocket. He flexes and his muscles bulge. What do you want? Step aside, asshole. Right now. I'd like you to relieve that current... Let's see. Cred stick, please. Alright, so we're going to see real quick. Does killing this clown count? I think it does, which is why I pulled a safety save. Yep, it does count, so... That is what saves are for. Collode, please. Shit, it did not save. Oh, that's less than ideal. What are you sensing, Jay? What does Ursula have to do with Chang? Because I am not attracted to Chang. I will tell you that right now. Worst case, we speed run it through. This takes minutes if I'm not doing the voices. Something about Eastern women who can kick your teeth in. Well, see, that's where you're wrong, Jay. It's not Eastern women. It's just women. Alright, look. Spike Spiegel said it best, yeah? I love the kind of woman who can just fucking kill me. Isabel, can you pop this for me? Thank you. What's in here? Oh, this is the back door. Isabel? Yep. So they did upgrade the Matrix a bit, as you can see. For one, your security programs actually have... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Have, like, shown lines. I don't actually think we need to do this. Let's go. Shit! Let's see. Okay, you can either attempt to hack the IC or force your way at the cost of system trace. We'll try and hack it. Oh, it's actually a minigame. That's right. All right, how does it... Oh, right. Okay, so, anybody know these kind of minigames? Start. Oh, no, never mind. 7744-1957. 69831 35669 172349 695626. One more. 1751913. Hey. Oh, and then this. Okay. Nope. I love the two pieces in this. All right, we got access codes, we got exotic animal dealer contracts. Go, Izzy, go. Go. I mean, hey, that's just more money. So if I recall, the actual, like, that first hacking minigame is just to give you more time for the second one. Shit. You know what? Let's get out of here. Oh, not that one. How do we... I know you can... Yeah. You'll be stunned for 5 AP and take max health damage. That's fine. Because we don't need to... shit, we actually probably should. Yeah, I probably should have just handled it. Sorry to put you through that, sweetheart, but, she'll be fine. She's the... well, she's not a big girl, but you get what I mean. What's over here? I want... Oh, right. That's why I came back, because this was the key to the door. Oh, fuck. Why did he turn around? And then quickly get away. And there we go. Yeah, if I recall... You can just... Yeah, you can just hit next. One of these two. M. W. M. This one. Shit. Okay, so... There we go. But yeah, I definitely prefer that hacking system where you can take the time to make sure it's careful. And the whole reason we did that was to see if there was another bit of loot we could take in here, which I guess not. Mephi's on her way back, I see. Oh no, she just got there. Okay. Sorry. We are looking for that what is the last thing we need to do? Crumpled note. Sparking wires near the tree. Broken water shutoff in the lower level. So we're looking for the broken water shutoff down here. What was it? 0521? Nope. Yeah. I don't remember because I really tried not to use Blitz too much. Hey, buddy. What's up? No. You're useless to me. But this is definitely the lower level, so we gotta find that water shutoff valve. You know, I keep saying there's only one more SRPG I want to play. And in this case, it's true. Hey, Duncan. There we go. Alright, that's all three, so we're going to go report that back too. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought you said you were heading to Walmart. Wu holds up his hands for everyone to stop. Turns to two of you and hooks the thumbs in his belt. Oh, that was a thing. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to do that yet. Never thought I'd be running shuttling messages between criminals and a Hong Kong syndicate. Can't imagine what Raymond would have wanted in the walled city. The place just feels wrong. No kidding. Something off about it. The place just makes you feel like your life has no value. Like there's no point in anything. He sighs and looks at your companion. Great life you have here, runner. Isabel ignores the bard. She's too pleased. I can't believe it. We actually delivered Auntie's message without anyone dying. I've had enough of triads. Let's get out of this pit. I'm with you, Gun Show. I don't ever need to see this place again. Gun Show? Seriously? Wu's goggles point down at Isabel. That's not gonna stick, is it? And we found his runner name. Yeah, admin or guest? Yeah, we're not even going to bother talking to the old man. We couldn't get his money back, and I don't want to rub it in his face. Where was she? Was she over here? No, she wasn't. Oh, here she is. Here, lady. We finished your report. The young woman startles at your approach, fumbling for something in her pocket. When she recognizes you, she relaxes. Shit, this chair is already giving me trouble. Is it done? It's done. Thank you. Thank you so much. She sighs with relief. She opens the flap on her satchel, reaches inside, and produces a plastic sheath. I'm not magically active, so I can't see the flow of chi in the area, but I've got test strips. Little sheets of paper embedded with a chi-sensitive bacteria. It's a close relative to the FAB, but it doesn't see much use outside of Hong Kong. She pulls a strip out of the sheath and holds it to the air. Within seconds, it turns ink black. She lets out a dejected sigh, her eyes shifting from the strip to her watch to the strip again. She looks utterly defeated. Damn it. I've been making adjustments for weeks now, trying to get the chi to circulate better, and it seems like nothing works. If anything, this one went bad faster than the control strips I took when I got here. Any idea why? No, it should work. I followed the text. I've done everything right. The chi here is rancid. That's obvious. But I swear, it's even worse than it should be. No wonder this place is so disgusting. The student coughs and rests her head in her hands. That's it. I'm getting out of here in a little while. Gotta tell my advisor about this. Thanks for the help. I hope you don't stay long, because I sure as hell won't. We did a good deed, kids. You see, minions, when you follow the rule of your beloved Black Emperor, good things happen. Just don't ask Egypt how defying me turned out. How is it 7 o'clock and it's still 90 degrees out there? It's hard to shake off the walled city. Its gravity clings to you as if the wretchedness itself had grown tentacles. The sounds of suffering subside, but their echoes still thrum in your insides. Isabel walks quickly, regularly checking over her shoulder as if expecting pursuit from the buildings themselves. She hubs her deck to her chest as if protecting a small child. Wu pauses a minute, breathes a sigh of relief when you finally reach the streets. But returning to Haoi isn't like coming home. Suspicious looks and closed mouths accent smiling faces that billboard a universal message. You don't belong here. Time to report back to Kindly Cheng and inform her that the message has been delivered. Get this business over with, get your sin burned, get on to the next step, whatever that is. You leave the city of darkness behind, head to the Mahjong parlor, and date with a crime lord. Ooh. Pop my neck real good. Let's take a second, upgrade our willpower a little more. Or our spellcasting, excuse me. We have 4. I'll probably hold off that 4 for an extra charisma. Maybe not. I'm gonna have something to burn AP, I can tell you that for free. Kindly Chen watches you closely as you walk across the Mahjong parlor. As you approach, her lieutenant leans in, brings her mouth close to the triad boss's ear. Cheng smiles and nods, her eyes never leaving you. There's a twinkle in the straw sandal's eye. I've heard from Bao. He got my message very clearly, and I understand there were no casualties created in your little delivery one. I am pleased and surprised. Isabel did a great job of guiding us. A wry grin. Did she? Good to know. My message was delivered and Strangler Bao is back in the fold, earning for me. As far as I'm concerned, our transaction is complete, and yet she gave me $750. While you were gone, I set the wheels in motion to wipe your identities. She pulls out her PDA, stabs a button with a lacquered fingernail. The order has been sent. Congratulations. You are now sinless. Shadow people. Wu exhales heavily. His eyes remain focused straight ahead, but his shoulders sag. We'll figure a way out of this, Duncan. Wu pulls himself up to his full height. There's only one way out of this, Viola, and that's through it. Whoever gave the kill order on Carter also forced us to give up our identities. And took Raymond. Wu sets his jaw firm. That's all I can think about. Finding who did this. Finding Ray. Kindly Cheng holds up a hand. While I was working to get your sins burned, I also had my network look into Raymond Black's disappearance. I've been thinking about what you told me earlier, and I agree. She eyes the room carefully and leans in. I can't just let this lie. Someone killed my runners. It would be a sign of weakness to the Yellow Lotus and the others if I do nothing. She rests her PDA on the mahjong table facing you. The Triad's boss tongue slips from her mouth as she looks over the top, hunting for the right button on the upside-down interface. She finds it and looks to you again. I have news to share with you, my darlings. The kind that you won't like. Raymond Black is dead. She taps the button and the recorded newscast appears on the screen. Raymond's photograph appears on the screen, behind a reporter standing at the docks in the Victoria Harbor. It's a picture you've seen before. A professional portrait taken for a press release about a youth center he was opening in the Redmond Barrens. Under Raymond's photo are the words, Seattle man killed. Another shooting involving the police department. A Seattle community organizer and industrial engineer was apparently shot and killed while resisting arrest in Victoria Harbor last night. HKPF police report that HKPF police ATM machine? Because HKPF Hong Kong Police Force, the Hong Kong Police Force police, report that the UCAS man, Raymond Black, was behaving erratically and would not respond to police orders to surrender. No additional information regarding Black or why he was traveling to Hong Kong are available. Police have stated that due to the shooting's proximity to last night's shootout with the White Star, the investigation must remain confidential and no other details are being revealed at this time. Kindly Chang taps the button again and the video closes. Wu puts his hands to his face. This just keeps getting worse. You were right, Auntie. That was news I did not like. Raymond's dead. Wu puts a hand over his mouth, trying to process the information. He sways, and for a moment it looks like he's going to pass out. Isabel reaches out to touch Wu, thinks better of it, and pulls her hand back. Sorry for your loss. I never had a father, so I don't know what it's like to lose one, but... sorry. You alright, Duncan? I think so. I think I'm going to be okay for a long time, Viola. Kindly taps the video close. She hunts around the keypad and selects another button. I love the image of this, again, 50-some-year-old woman, 50, 60, just like kind of hunting, pecking on her phone. I'm afraid that's not all, my darlings. The security footage from Victoria Harbor last night. You'll find it contains a contradiction. The PDA shows silent, grainy video footage of Raymond sitting in a tea shop, flanked by two guards. He's looking down at something in his hand, completely distracted. The footage continues, and the camera displays several black-clad figures entering its field of view from different angles, all guns ready. A tall, sharply dressed man in a suit walks briskly towards Raymond, flanked by two more. Raymond stands to face him, and the camera gets a clear view of the suit's face. White plastic. His guards turn to draw weapons, and muzzle flashes erupt from all sides. One of Raymond's guards goes down, and a submachine gun fires wildly, hitting the camera. Wu puts his hand on the table and leans in. Those weren't cops. And Raymond wasn't resisting arrest. What's with that guy's face? Gobbett reaches up to stroke the rat perched on his shoulder. Was that a mask? Doesn't look like a mask. Looks like some sort of semi-rigid plastic implant? Real craftsmanship. She pushes her lower out in appreciation. Quite the fashion accessory. It's also the kind of fashion accessory that stands out in a crowd. This guy's either a fool or an arrogant son of a bitch. He sets his jaw firm. Another way I'm gonna find him. Kindly Chang watches Wu intently. I believe you. Wu stands back and turns to you. What now? We go find this plastic face man and drag him somewhere private. We make him dig his own hole, and then we fill it. Chang's eyes sparkle. I like the way you think. That is exactly what I would do. But how? I'm afraid there are some facts you're going to have to face. She puts on a grave face. You are alone in this country. No network, no money, no identity. I can protect you from the police, but how would you go about discovering what happened to Raymond without me? How would you survive? Kindly wipes her hand across the stack of tiles, spreading the ivory-colored pieces across the table. You've had a very long night, my sweets. Very long. And frankly, you all look like shit. Rest now. I promise you safety in my town for the night. We'll talk about this plastic-faced man tomorrow. Kindly gestures to Gobbet and Isabel. Ladies, go find our new friends a place to bed down on that rat's nest squat boat you call home. We'll all talk after you slept. Figure out our next steps. Yes, Auntie. Yes, Auntie. Thank you for your help, Auntie. Of course, my sweet. Kindly Cheng smiles and her black button eyes flash cold. What are friends for? Ugh. Again, Kindly Cheng actually scares me. You two can bunk here for a while. She nods her nose towards a hatch. You've each got a head to take care of your necessities. Try and knock before you enter someone else's, aight? Seriously? I know the drill. Wu turns to you. Stinks of fish, just like that place we squatted in Leary Avenue back when we were kids. The one with the Aslan family and their dog. You hated that dog. He kept digging around my food stash. No matter where I hid it, he'd find it and scarf down a week's worth of grub. He wipes his nose with a gloved hand. Still sad what happened to him and the family. No one should go out that way. He stretches, and his spine pops like a handful of firecrackers. Oh, God, that sounds good. I think I've been up for something like 36 hours straight. He drops his arm, and this has been one shit stain of a day. Time to end it. The orc turns to you, raises her eyebrow. Anything you need before I leave you to it? I'm gonna grab some sack time, too. Good. You look like you could use it. We'll go see Kindly in the morning, figure out our next move. Yeah, we're still in the tutorial, by the way. I'm pretty sure Duncan doesn't want to talk yet, but we're going to check on him. Yeah, they're giving their I'll talk later. So, to bed. Also, we're going to raise up the audio in the game for no reason at all. You climb into the cot and worm your way under its sheets. They've been starched stiff as boards, but you slept beneath worse. Lice and bed bugs that plagued your old prison cell are mercifully absent here, and the salt air is fresher than the rancid stink of the Redmond Barrens. The moment your head hits the pillow, exhaustion sets in. You can barely keep your eyes open. Sleep washes over you like a warm bath, and everything goes black. Dream is suffocating. The shifting tunnel of glass and steel, the towering silhouette of the dark majesty, and the shadowy doorway, and the teeth. They snap at your heels as you claw your way back to consciousness. You open your eyes to Duncan looming over you. He shakes your shoulders roughly. Viola! Come on, Viola, wake up. We gotta talk to Kindly. The others have already left. What's your problem, Duncan? He lets go of your shoulders and cocks at them at the hatch. We gotta go. Been trying to wake you for a while now. Thrashing around in your sleep. Thanks. Let's get going. I don't want to keep a mob boss waiting. I think you do. I'm good to go. From the expression on his face, he doesn't look good to go. I'm wrong. Wu shrugs. Didn't sleep well. Bad dream. Me too. So, not surprised we both had nightmares, though. It's gone right, so we're stuck in this country. He stretches his shoulders. Think about it. The statement from the cops on the newscast could be fake. Ours was. And that surveillance footage? We never saw Raymond got shot. The camera was hit by straight gunfire. His passion's intense, but contained. Focus. Raymond's alive, Viola. I know it. So, what do you want to do now? I don't know. For a lead to turn up, I guess. He smiles. His teeth are white, straight, and perfect. I'm just the muscle, remember? You're the brains of this outfit, just like when we were kids. And that is why I wanted to make Viola instead of another Kav'Voth. Because it's so funny to me, the hulking troll is the brains of the outfit. I feel like I'm 12 years old again, squatting on a stinking trawler. Partner's gone, Raymond's gone, hell, I'm gone. I don't even have a name anymore. Now I can't even go to sleep and hide from it all without having a nightmare. His jaw tightens and his teeth grind so loud you can hear it. What else is gonna be taken from me? You still got that piercing you got in Tacoma? Had to drop that. Hygiene issues. Wu struggles to smile. He fails. What the hell did we fall into, Viola? I mean, what's coming next? I don't know. Whatever it is, we'll deal. He drops his hands to his hips and takes a couple of deep breaths. That's right. That's right. It's like Raymond always says. Shut up and let Viola do the talking. When the winds of change blow, some people build walls, others build windmills. He chuckles, finally. Raymond never said that. That was our housekeeper, Mrs. Maloney. She had it tattooed on her back, right? How'd you see it? Don't mess with me, woman. You know I've got anger issues. He checks his watch. Gobbett and Isabel left a while ago. We should get going too. See what that triad lady has to say. Yeah, honestly, Jay, like I said, this and Dragonfall are both really good games. I love both of them equally. While obviously I'm a little biased towards Dragonfall, like, this game just hits very well. Oh, look at that. We got a friend here. Kindly's place reeks of stale cigar smoke and fresh urine. Oh, right. Thank you. Isn't that a lovely descriptor? The clicking of mahjong tiles is strangely absent. In its place is a low murmur of laughter and an air of eager anticipation. All eyes are focused on the groaning figure kneeling bloody and bound at the feet of Kindly Cheng. She beckons to him with her finger and he struggles towards her, the loud rustling of the plastic tarp creaking under his knees as he moves. His pants are wet with fear. An acetone... I want to say acetone, but I know that's not it. Acetylene torch lies at the table at Kindly's right hand. They took the torch to this man. Kindly Cheng ignores the scene. She behaves as if all is right in the world. How did you sleep, my little ones? Not too well, Auntie Cheng. Had a bad dream. You register a brief hesitation before she responds. You poor darlings. Perhaps it's the food here. I understand it could be a bit too spicy for outsiders. Still, a bad dream is a better way to spend the night than getting a bullet in your ear while you sleep. She flicks a mahjong tile at the kneeling man's head. Wouldn't you agree, shitbird? He indicates the kneeling man at the incline of her nose. Shitbird here is a plainclothes cop. He snuck into the area last night where you were sleeping, hoping to find and kill you before his competition got to you first. My men found him outside the trawler you were sleeping on. They saw to it that your rest was undisturbed and your location remains a mystery. She nods her head back to the pillar of meat standing behind her. You can thank Mr. Bao for that. Nod at Strangler Bao. Just, we're going to treat him with respect. Bao inclines his head. 1/4 of an inch. She addresses the bloody man on his knees. Now, shitbird, tell my friends what you told me. I don't know anything, I swear. We just got the orders in last night. He pushes his head towards you and Wu from the floor, struggling to keep his balance. Someone high up wants these two dead. The whole department's in on it. I don't know anything else. Someone from high up. The old woman lifts her foot, taps his chin with the toe of her shoe. How high? The cop looks at her around the room filled with triad soldiers. One of them opens his coat and shows the cop something's inside. He closes it slowly and winks. The cop drops his head to his chest. All the way up. Someone on the council. Someone on the executive council wants these two dead. Cheng spits on him with a sneer. Fuck your ancestors to the 18th generation. Give me the truth. Actually, I really fucking love that insult. Fuck your ancestors to the 18th generation. God, it's so specific. The cop wears the spittle. He never lifts his head. It's the truth, madam, I swear it. Whoever was labeled them as terrorists, we're to terminate them with extreme prejudice. Kindly Cheng shuffles closer to the kneeling cop, reaches down and strokes his head with her hand. Then she slowly digs her fingers into his scalp. She pulls back hard until his chin points high. The Triad boss leans in close and searches his eyes with her own. That's all he's got. She lets go of his hand and smooths his buzz-cut hair with her hand. For whatever reason, last night, someone on the Executive Council of the Free Enterprise Zone ordered the Hong Kong police force to kill 2 nobodies from Seattle. I find that fascinating, don't you? I call that some messed up shit. Seattle isn't like Hong Kong. There, megacorps control the government. Here, the corps are the government. The Exec Council is chosen by the Corporate Board of Governors. They're basically the legislative and executive branches of the Hong Kong government in one tiny package. 8 people call all the shots. Neat and efficient. Kindly Cheng steps back from the cop and lights one of her thin black cigars. For the wage slaves and the civilian sheep, the corporations are a pantheon of gods who wield absolute power. She looks around the room. But not for us. The Triad woman takes a long pull from her cigar and taps the ash on the kneeling cop's head. Who else knows about my guest visit to Haoi, shitbird? No one, madam. I haven't called them in yet. I wanted to kill for myself. No one knows they're here. I swear it. She turns to enforcer. Mr. Bao. Bao piddles with the PDA in his meaty hands. Tell him the truth. Sorry, way lower, way lower. Remember, he doesn't speak, he emits. He's telling the truth. No outgoing calls on his PDA. Very good. Thank you, Bao. She nods at the cop. Thank you for your honesty. In one smooth motion, Strangler Bao produces a silence pistol, fires at once into the policeman's head, and replaces it in his jacket. His face never changes expression. I was wondering what we were going to do with him. Cheng takes a drag on her cigar, indicates the body. He knew, my darling, he knew. She balances the cigar on her shot glass, picks up some mahjong tiles, and gets playing with them absently. It is clear that our friend Raymond Black was up to something involving the walled city, something having to do with prosperity. And this executive council member wanted Raymond dead for it. She stacks the tiles one by one. Click, clack. And now they want you dead for it too. Click. This plastic-faced man may show up at your door one day, too. She knocks the pile over and it clatters the tables loudly. I have a proposal for you, my sweets. A smile lights up her dead black eyes. Work for me. With Nightjar and Gutshot dead, I find myself with 2 job openings. Fill them. I have a need of denial assets here. Players unaffiliated with the Triads who can take care of some more unsavory business around town. You've proven yourselves resourceful, and you have no existing connections here. That could be a positive in this line of work. Shadowrunners. Woo's grunts. His jaw tightens, but he stays quiet. In exchange, I will keep you safe from pests like this one. She nods at the body on the floor. The pool of blood on the plastic wrap continues to widen. You'll have safe harbor here in my town and a steady source of income. He picks up a handful of tiles again. And while you dip your toe into the waters of corporate espionage, organized crime, and clandestine mercenary actions, I will employ my network to find the plastic-face man and gather information about Raymond Black. Where he's been, who he's talked to, who stood to gain from his death, what this prosperity could be. You're putting in a lot of effort to help a pair of foreigners. Not foreigners, my sweet. Valued business associates. I need to learn who killed one of my clients and then order the cops to execute my team of Shadowrunners. Her voice drops and she becomes deadly serious. This is a brazen disregard of my power. Face dictates it must be confronted or I stand to lose everything. We're Westerners. Isn't that a liability in this business? Oh no, on the contrary. There's a good market for out-of-town talent that's just waiting to be exploited. Plus you're an unknown. Surprise, if you will. I find the right jobs for people with your talents. You do what our clients cannot do for themselves. I take a finder's fee and a small percentage of your earnings. You make a lot of new yen very quickly. It's all very civilized. She leans in. Work with me. Allow me to help you make money. Allow my network to work for you and help you find out what you've gotten yourselves into. Without my help, you won't last a day out there. You're completely out of your depth, I'm afraid. You need a partner. Kindly Cheng will be your partner. Wu's hands go to his hips. He drops his head and shakes it a little, confused. I gotta wrap my head around this, Viola. Things are moving fast. It's a lot to process. Come on, Wu. You and me on the streets again? I know, I get it. I just gotta reconcile the whole... He grips the back of his neck, squeezes hard, rips his hand away. Fuck it. I'm not a cop anymore. That guy's dead. He nods. The decision's made. I'm in. What about you? I'm gonna find out who killed Raymond. I think Ray's still alive. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna find out who killed Raymond. Someone's gotta pay. If I thought Raymond was dead, I'd agree with you, but he's not. Raymond's alive. I'm sure of it. So I'll run the shadows as long as Auntie Cheng keeps her end of the bargain and helps us figure out what happened to him. Then I'm gonna find my father. Then it's done. Haoi is now open to you. She gestures to her lieutenant, who raises a finger to her ear and whispers into her sleeve. First order of business. Viola Black and Duncan Wu don't exist anymore. You'll need street names. Wu sighs. Yeah, okay. I'll think of something. Gobbet rubs her cheek against a rat's, a glint in her eye. I think we've already got you covered, Gun Show. She turns to Isabel. Fits, doesn't it? Indeed. I knew that was gonna stick. It has stuck. Gobbet, Isabel, we'll handle this the same way we did with all of your previous work. She doesn't say, Nightjar. All the jobs I line up for you will be sent to your computer on your squat boat. She's pointing at you. Got it. Why her? It's a simple process of elimination. She points to the little decker. Isabel isn't the leader type. You got that right. She moves her finger to the orc girl. As for Gobbet, let's just say Gobbet doesn't have a head for business. Yeah, not my thing. And then she rests her finger on Wu. And then there's Gun Show. She wiggles it. The jury's still out on Mr. Gun Show. Meaning? Her response is direct, straightforward. Meaning there's a lot going on in that head of yours right now, and I can't be sure to trust you. Gun Show will be fine. Trust me. Kindly Cheng makes eye contact with you and holds it. She keeps it steady for a long time. Wu doesn't notice. Don't worry. I'll be cool, Viola. I had a handle back in the Barrens. The witch. Guess it's time I dusted it off. Wu shakes his head, eyebrow raised. Gonna be weird calling you the witch again. I haven't called you that since we were kids. Gobbet looks from Isabel to Wu to you. I guess this is our new crew. The rat on her shoulder scurries to the top of her head for a better view. Welcome to the shoulders, witch. Shoulders? Shadows. And, as you lead your team through the shadows, your companions... Okay, yeah. So this is the same as it was in the last Shadowrun. Once you level up your team, down here, you get a choice of one of two. Which is essentially, let's take Gobbet here. Do you want her to focus on crowd control, territorial, or spiritual, so summoning? Let's see. Ooh, I'll take that. Never break away the first try. Hell yeah. Let's see. I want Isabel to be our best decker possible. And then crowd control or lethal force. I think I'm going to keep him with crowd control. Well, no, because that's just all AP. So yeah, we'll give him lethal force. A lot more shit needs to die. Also, the ability to throw back grenades. As for me, let's take a stroll around town because we need to find the guy who does spells. Is it Reliable Matthew? Smooth jazz drifts from the cheap speakers in the bars. A wide array of nope, this is the drone guy. Look at this loser. The salesman smiles indulgently at you, a tall, lanky human of clear Cantonese ancestry. He's wearing a cheap suit and limply clenching a smelly cigarillo. He adjusts his tie with an exaggerated nonchalance, languid, ostentatious, like an American casino promoter. Oh, hey there, beautiful. Welcome to our little floating heaven. You've got a discerning look to you. What brings you to Reliable Matthews Robot Bazaar? Are you calling? Oh, yeah. He tops the ash over a bulky cleaning drone beside him. Not waiting for an answer, he continues. Perhaps you're looking for a little hexacopter to guide to Hong Kong. Or a little handheld tarantular beauty to brew your tea. Are you calling me beautiful? You know it, beautiful. I hope I don't offend. I can't help it. To me, everybody's beautiful, baby. Knock that off. Sorry, I can't help myself. It's who I am. I don't like this guy. Well, he's not the magic guy, so let's keep looking. I know where the gun guy is. I know him very well. Jin? As you approach the small landing, you see 3 men, 2 elders and a younger man, hunched over a go-board. The juxtaposition of the 2 white-haired, white-bearded men and their black-haired man is almost comical. Together, the 3 resemble the small black and white stones of their game. Despite the variety of ambient distractions, the 3 men remain acutely focused on their game. One of the elders, a brown-faced man with a beatific smile, carefully picks up a black stone and places it on the board. His opponent snorts, and a small smile flashes across his long face. Almost carelessly, he snatches a white stone and deposits it on the board. Smiling man groans, and the long-faced man proceeds to collect several black pieces off the board. Ah, you got me there, Jin. He laughs, a pleasant, full sound. But as it trails off, he spots you watching the game. A broad smile brightens his cheek. Hello there, young woman. You have something you need. What's up, Ray? Are my voices that bad? This looks like a magic place. Crafty jus. A mild scent, sweet and slightly herbal, is the first thing you notice. Yeah, no doubt. Upon entering the old shop. Its quarters are cramped, made smaller by the display cases and furniture. You don't look like a mage, you look like a shaman. The walls are lined with bookshelves, and the tables and chairs are stacked with old tomes. A few of the titles jump out at you. Lucid Dreaming, An Exploration of the Inner Cell, Dream Logic, Nocturnal Visitations. Overall, the place feels lived in, if disorganized. Not quite cluttered, but close. Milling at the front of the store is the shopkeeper, lost in a book of her own. She's tall for a human, probably close to 2 meters in height. For my fellow Americans, about 6 feet. Her physique is a typical bookworm. Not overweight, but you don't see any muscular definition either. A wraparound tattoo covers her upper arms and shoulders, but from where you're standing, you can't quite make it out. She fidgets. Gradually, her eyes rise from the book and lock on you. Welcome. Don't believe I've seen you before. She sets down her book and sweeps a strand of black and pink hair behind her ear. Name's Crafty. The Witch. Nice to meet you. She shakes your hand. Her grip is surprisingly firm. So, Witch, what can I do for you? I've got spells, alchemical reagents, foci, whatever you need, really. Might have to do some digging to find it, but if it's magical, it's around here somewhere. Yeah, let's see. Alright, we are looking at spells. Ooh. I like Chain Lightning. I love Chain Lightning. Mana Ball. Stun would be nice. Hey, Jake, do you know if Flamethrower is a cone? Oh, it's a line. I don't see a range here, though. Still, it's $300. Dispel Magic, Stun Bolt, let's see. Definitely take Lightning. We'll have to save for Chain Lightning. I really want that. Ooh. Oh, that's Conjuring. Okay. Thanks, Crafty. We're also going to swing by the armor store, because, well, armor is always good. And that one, I know exactly where it is. We're heading to the club. Club 88. Does the number 88 have significance in China, I wonder? Because it's not the first time I've seen it. Head right to the back room. The older troll woman has a striking Amazonian quality. When she was younger, she must have really turned heads. Can I help you? I'm usually beyond helping, but what can you offer? Guns or a swift kick out the door? This is my family's place. Me, my husband, our 2 boys. Do you have business with me? What have you got? Yeah, I'll take a look. Outfits. There we go. Yeah, absolutely. Boop. Put that on there. It's only going black. It's changing our outfit. There we go. Now we look like a proper Shadowrunner. Look at us. I don't remember. Did armor actually change your look in Hong Kong? Let's see. So we have the Benelli, yeah. We already have the best shotgun she's got. Alright, let's mosey. We head back to the ship. We might actually cut early today. Just because I don't want to fully commit to a mission and then quit halfway through, you know? I do love this little detail. If you actually check the... yeah. The original name has been sloppily painted over with black paint. Newer but somewhat weathered characters have been painted in bold brush strokes that read Bolt Hole. Oh, hey, the hatch is open. And this is where we meet our downstairs neighbor. It's oppressively hot down here, and the air is full of synthetic odors that grab you by the sinuses and refuse to let go. You smell engine grease and melting plastic, ionized air, and lead solder. God, I hate the smell of solder. A quick scan of the room tells you why. The downstairs tenant has converted this space into a machine shop. Metal fabrication tools and Duraplast extruders line the walls, and a pair of heavy industrial manipulators hang from the ceiling. A man in a black trench coat stands to his back to you. So we match. Staring at a monitor mounted above a sturdy bench. He addresses you without turning. What? I was wondering when I would meet the new neighbor. His voice is pleasant, cultured. There is a hint of Russian accents there, but it's buried under layers of nuance. Please stay where you are. I will be with you in just a moment. And unless you fancy an unplanned trip to Chrome Alley, do not touch anything. There are all manners of tools that would take your hand clean off. Take your time. I won't touch anything. You're very kind. Thank you. We'll just look at the walls. You focus on the enormous manipulator arms that you saw earlier. They're bulky industrial things, dented from years of heavy use. Each arm has been fitted with at least a dozen different welders, soldering guns, extruders, and metal fabrication tools. Math, I can hear you drooling. You see machinery like this in factories before, but they look terribly out of place in the bolt hole cramped engine room. Very good. It's coming along nicely. Very nicely indeed. Look at this dude! He's so cool looking. He turns towards you, smiling, and for the first time you see his face. He has a broadly handsome Slavic features and a chiseled jaw. His eyes are like flecks of ice. I'm so sorry to have kept you waiting, Miss... Witch. It's no problem. Don't worry about it. You're too kind. Now, tell me what I can do for... His voice trails off as a flash of motion catches his eye. With alarming speed, a sinister-looking drone scuttles out from under the work table. Its movements are surprisingly agile and fluid. The machine rears back menacingly, spreading its forelegs in a clear sign of aggression. The man's smile tilts. His tone goes apologetic. Please, don't mind the drone. He can be territorial. But as long as you remain civil, he will not bite. He extends a hand. Simultaneously, the drone relaxes into a neutral position, lowering its killing legs. Rector, my mechanical counterpart here is called Koshe. I actually do know what Koshe is. Not perfectly, but slap his hand. Sup, man? Shake his hand. A pleasure. His hand is rough and abnormally warm to the touch. He shakes your hand with a solid grip. I'm very pleased to meet you, my friend. In a community such as Haoi, it is important to be on good terms with one's neighbors. Agreed. Speaking of which, I'd like to ask you some questions if you have the time. He glances at the bracer on his forearm. Technical display winks to life and gutters out. Very well. This morning's casting should be cooling for a few minutes yet. There is time to talk. Koshe is an interesting name for a drone. Nope. Yes, I suppose it is. Not many riggers would name their most prized possession after a villain from a fairy tale. Not from a heritage, I suppose. I don't know the fairy tale. Who is he? A thoroughly unpleasant person. Koshe the Deathless, he was called. And for good reason. His soul was cleverly hidden outside of his body, and he could not be killed so long as it remained intact. Koshe was a villain, a notorious kidnapper of women, but something about him always stuck with me. I suppose it was the notion that immortality through cleverness that resonated. There was something to be learned from that, I'm sure. And so, when it came time to name my beloved creation, his was the first name that came to mind. Is your drone deathless? In a manner of speaking, I suppose he is. I have redundant copies of every piece of his architecture, and his core programming is stored on a disk in a secret location. Should he ever suffer critical damage, I can easily bring him back. I once had a plan to automate the self-repair process, but I confess... I once had a plan to automate the self-repair process. I must confess it was really quite genius, but alas, my research was lost. One day I will reclaim it, and Koshe will be as deathless as the stories claim. But that will not be today. We're going to talk to him a bit more later. You can recruit him. He's a good man. And finally, one of the best parts of this game. The fucking... Your workstation and your mission computer. The cool blue tones of the workstation's main menu fill the screen. You have 6 unread messages. Alright, first, hit the BBS, post the pay data, the exotic animal dealers. Missed connections. You, rappelling down the side of an unnamed luxury hotel in a ballroom gown on a Monday night. Me, admiring the view from the 28th floor urinals during a private soiree for an unnamed corporation I was infiltrating. Our eyes met briefly before you dropped out of sight. Your long, dark hair had come loose from your chingon. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Framing your beautiful, flush face. Never forget it. You were carrying a duffel bag bulging with stolen prototype weaponry. Well, I filched the intel that goes with it. Can we connect? From Black. Very funny, Blackjack. Sorry the job went sideways. I got trapped and only had one way out. We're supposed to have each other's back. Just wait till you hear that I had the way out I had to take. I gotta lay low for you now. Why are you posting about this on a public messaging board? Yeah, Zenless Zone Zero does this too, really, really well. I love it when games that do have an internet make their internet feel real. Been hearing some buzz about some mainlander terrorists that showed up in Victoria Harbor and had a shootout with the HKPF the other day. Anyone heard anything about that? Ming Pao said there were 4 of them that got away. 1 elf, 2 orcs, and a dwarf. Troll, an elf, and a human were all killed on the scene. Oh, so it does remember me as an elf. Cool. Word is they're all members of White Star to Henan, and they're coming to start trouble with the Executive Council. Looks like there's a 50,000 new yen reward or any information on their capture. HKPF seems pretty nervous about letting these bastards walk around freely. Think they'd actually pay someone like us? Not a chance. You walk in there to claim your reward, you're getting thrown in a hole with them. HKPF doesn't keep promises to the sinless. Couldn't hurt to try. Why are you gonna be such a downer? Because I know the police. They're all dirty, only in it to protect their paychecks, and they don't give a damn about anyone else. Believe me, I'm looking out for your best interests. Like you and your triad looked out for my brother. You know he's still paying for his reconstructive surgery, you bastard. If a man wants to keep his teeth, he should pay what he owes rather than pull a gun on me. Simple as that. Poetry Slam. Ladies and gentlemen, poets and Shadowrunners, welcome to the first annual Shadowland Poetry Slam. There are no rules and there are no prizes, except bragging rights. Without further ado, let the versification begin. How long do you think we can keep this up for the trolls show up or a sysad shuts us down? Why would they shut us down? It's a free board. We can be poetic if we want. Just trust me, it happens. For some reason, these things always draw the worst source of attention. You gonna give us a poem or are you gonna stand around complaining while you can't? Alright, I got one. Wait for it. Synth muscle, smart links, neural boosters, cyber limbs, all fall to grenades. Little musing on the transience of life in the shadows. Very nice, sir. When long shadows fall on Hong Kong, neon lights pierce the coming night. Tread with me into the velvet darkness. Let no lamp shine on our deeds. That one's called Our Hour. May have been the most pompous thing I've ever read. Try this to size. Lasers are red, shadows are black. When mad on the street, you best watch your back. My poem wasn't pompous, you uncultivated rube. It was a homage to Wang Wei, the famous Qing Dynasty member of the Juju form of poetry. It's traditional, unlike that ridiculous limerick you posted. No, I don't think you have to take the word slam quite so literally. You people know the rules. Poetry slams have been out of bounds in the BBS since the Laughing Man debacle at 55. You want to sling your fancy words, do it on a different forum. Told you. I got a courier job next week that's supposed to take me into the walled city. I'm from Kuala Lumpur, and I've never been to Hong Kong, but I hear the place is dangerous as hell. Anything I should know? Oh, you got nothing to worry about. It's just low-cost housing development full of hardworking people. Here, take a quick look at the news report. A short trid begins playing. This is Sunny Chong from Horizon News. On today's Sunny Side Up, Kowloon Wild City, a blight on the free enterprise zone, or low-cost housing for the economically disadvantaged. We'll introduce you to some of the hard-working residents, how they live, and how you can contribute to the growth and prosperity of our city. A montage sequence begins, showcasing the destitute poor of the walled city going about their daily lives. The shot has been carefully chosen, showing only smiling and productive residents, a stark contrast to your own experience with it. Many residents of Hong Kong regard the walled city as a place of no return. To outsiders, it's the last stop on a long road to homelessness. Rumors abound of feral ghouls, unsafe living conditions, and triad extortions. Yet when we went there, the reality was far different. What we saw will shock you. Citizens of Hong Kong, working and living just like the rest of us. Their apartments were smaller and their shops more modest, but the people who lived there wouldn't be out of place anywhere in the FEZ. Citizens like shoemaker Chow Sang Tio, Soon. The scene cuts to an elderly man in a closet-sized stall filled with shoemaking equipment. He smiles broadly at the camera. Oh, I love it here. We have a community, you know. We're like family. Maybe we don't have it as nice a view as they do in Repulse Bay, but I can't imagine living anywhere else. It's not nice, no, but it's my home. I grew up here. How can I possibly leave? The camera shifts back to Sunny Chung, who now stands in front of one of the entrances to the walled city. Contrary to popular opinion, the walled city serves a vital function. The poor and downtrodden find a home in the walled city, a community where they have a voice, can work, and even prosper. Far from being the eyesore that the video suddenly stutters, freezes, and ends. Alright, I decided to cut the rest. Oh, it's Isabel! So this is my other thing about this. You actually do get to see your people interact. Cut that rest of that crap. She keeps going on about what a good place the walled city is and how we all need it. Don't buy any of it. It may not be hell, but you can see it from there. Freedom Cowboys is trying to get you in trouble. How do you know the real story? Because I grew up there. You know what it's really like? It's eating old broth made from rat bones because there's nothing else. It's watching your neighbors sell their 5-year-old son to organ leggers so they don't starve to death. When you die in the walled city, your neighbors cheer because they get the clothes off your back. I wouldn't wish the walled city on my worst enemy. That's it. Alright, let's check our messages. Let's see. Welcome to Hui from Kindly Cheng. On behalf of our friends at the Haoi Chamber of Commerce and Swiftwind's Mahjong Parlor, welcome you. I've already lined up 3 jobs. The details of each are contained in a separate computer message. Remember to check your messages as I will update you. Your mission computer. Hey, Witch. I've set up your computer to automatically collect and collate news reports, information, and media that might be of interest. Some words, yeah. Permanent link to the BBS. Resources. Been instructed to, let's see. Okay, this is just telling us who all the shopkeepers are. The Parlor of 5 Phases. Chrome Alley. Serial killer. I have a problem, the witch, and you're going to help me solve it. I do a lot of business with the wampans, and you're not familiar with the term. If you're not familiar with the term, I'll forgive you. You're an outsider. So these are our missions. We're actually going to... I guess I gotta read them all right now. Because we're gonna make a decision. Normally I start with serial killer. The wampans are a time... Oh, jeez. Which one, hon? The wampans are a tribe of techno-fascists and deckers who have taken up residence in the Whampoa Garden area of Hong Kong. They make their trade high-tech goods from people all over the world. A lot of new yen passes through their pasty little fingers, and I make a lot of money brokering deals. Fuck it, I don't need to do her voice because I'm reading it. And I make a lot of deals, but brokering deals between them and the smugglers here in Hoi. I hit a snag, though. The Whampoan Empire elders, their council leaders, are being eliminated by a serial killer. They've asked me to dispatch someone to get to the bottom of it and stop the killings, and they're not taking their goods through my turf until I do. So you're going to be my proxy here. I don't care how you do it, but I need these murders stopped. The Whampoans delegate here by the name of Max Law. Speak with him if you want to know about Whampoa. He's got a big mouth, but doesn't know much of important. Don't expect much from that half-empty bottle of vinegar. So get your ass down to Whampoa Garden and talk to the elders. Lie, cheat, steal if you have to, so long as they're convinced there won't be any more murders. I want my cut back, and I want it now. Let's see, Artifact Liberation. Welcome to the Shadows Witch. I've received a request from an archaeologist named Mr. Drake. He's interested in liberating certain artifacts from beneath a manor house in Taipo. Attached the copy of the video message he sent me. The stream flickers a few times, and the email is replaced with the face of a stern-looking orc. Hello, Madam Cheng. I've heard you're a woman who knows how to get things done, especially with regards to things that aren't legal in the strictest sense. What? Save that for another stream, love. Because that sounds like a story, and like I said, I'm wrapping up as soon as I pick a job. You know what? Hold on, let's see. Rich investor, Liu Ha. Song Dynasty. Might be older than the Song Dynasty, even from the previous cycle of magic. Built a museum, the Emperor's Tomb. So workers are dying, and he wants us to steal shit from this. Beyond the two texts, I'm paying very well for any other artifact your team can liberate. The more valuable, the better. Don't worry, there's not going to be an actual museum. Or they will be in an actual museum, not some Playboy's mansion. There you have it, a nice simple robbery. You think you can handle something that basic, dear? More geometric sabotage. Let's see. More feng shui. They basically want us to break into the tower and fuck with the feng shui of the place. So what we're gonna do... Oh, we get to keep all of them. Okay, yeah. We'll take the serial killer job. Good. I'll tell the elders you're coming. If they don't like outsiders, then they might shoot at you. If I don't warn them, you'll be coming. But, oh, right, I know what we can do. Let's go check in with our team. Hey, Duncan. Wu's cabin appears to be the only clean spot in the bolt hole. His equipment is neatly laid out on his bedding, grouped by type, arranged just so. He's currently in the process of cleaning his weapon with meticulous care. That's that, I guess. We're runners now. I forgot to ask about benefits. Or rather, I think it's time to catch up. Could be. He stops for a minute, stares at the weapon in his hands. That's why I'm maintaining my equipment. It helps me focus my brain, work through stuff. Can agree. He sighs, lowers the rifle. Good sign as any, I guess. Where do you want to start? Let's talk about Raymond. Alright. Shoot. Did he say anything after I left? You know Raymond Viola. He taught us what he wanted to teach us, told us what he wanted us to know. Everything else was met with a wall of good-natured silence. He used to say, you are the master of the unspoken word, Mr. Wu. Once it is out of your mouth, it's out of your control. So no, After you left, he never said a word. Not a one. Not a one. What do you think's going on? I don't know, Viola. He's clearly obsessed with the walled city and whatever prosperity is. Sounds like a sleepwalker trying to stumble his way through a dream. A sleepwalker who hires Shadowrunners from Triad bosses. Raymond was smart. Smart as hell. Sure he had a reason for using Kindly Cheng as a fixer. Let's talk about being Shadowrunners. What's there to say? I worked my ass off to pull myself out of the gutter and make something of myself. I did what it took to earn my bronze. And now I'm a mercenary hiding in the shadows of a foreign country, doing dirty jobs that the corps need to keep off the books. It's the reverse of everything I ever wanted. You seem to be taking this pretty damn well, so let me ask you something. You said this was all about running the shadows until we find who killed Raymond. Then it's about payback. Was that true? Yeah. It's about revenge. Be careful about taking the road to revenge, Viola. Usually ends with 2 grave sites. What's your opinion of Cheng? That she got us right where she wants us. Right under her thumb. What do you want to talk about? Alright, we'll talk later. Yeah, we'll get back to this probably next time. I'll be honest, my headache's starting to build up again. There we go. Game is saved. Let's also hard save just to be safe. The Witch. And that's all the time we got for this week. I'm going to try and make sure to have that and flashbang from my screen. I'm going to try to transfer to the throne room. I'm going to try and make sure that I have the... My brain is dead right now. The the recap of the 90-day challenge. I'll make sure to have that up by the weekend. I know my mom said she might be swinging by, so I'm not sure how much time I'll have to do stuff. Oh wow, I actually get to raid back. So I don't... Oh, is she not live on Twitch right now? No, she's not. Interesting. Sorry. I'm out of it right now. I am sorry, everybody. But brain. Right. I remember now. I'm gonna try and have that done. Over by the end of the weekend. No promises, but do the best I can. This is why I'm cutting a little early, because my brain is completely fried. I don't know why. In any case, thank you everybody so much for coming. I appreciate y'all for being here. Whether you've been here for just at the end, whether you've been here the whole time, whether you've been lurking, whether you've been talking. I'm happy to get back to Shadowrun. I love Shadowrun so much. I'm glad Jay at least is... I'm glad you are enjoying it. I hope everyone else is actually enjoying it too. So, there is Matriarch's link. Y'all know what to do. So, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And as always, remember to stay golden. And give me a half second because I don't have this ready. Thank you for coming, everybody. Take care. And have a good weekend. Bye.